Fro, my shit ice cold, Trey Young. And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads. Pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys. Put you in position to win. Bless you without a sneeze. Bust you down in all the VV. Yeah, we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young.
She ice cold, Trey Young.
Fro, my shit ice cold, Trey Young. And you know I wear my heart on my sleeve. You hitting all the reads. Pack your shit like you finna leave. I go and hide your keys. Put you in position to win. Bless you without a sneeze. Bust you down in all the VV. Yeah, we was getting cheap. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young. Overplay my part, I can't breathe. I feel the pain in my lungs. I thought we really was one. My heart cold like Trey Young.
She ice cold, Trey Young.
Salute, everybody. What's up, man? I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time, bro. I'm not gonna take up too much of your time tonight. I mean, this morning, I should say. Welcome everybody who tapping in with your boy, man. Another season completed. Another season of disappointment. Another season of failure. Another season of incompetence. Another season of the organization showing us that winning is not a priority. Another season of just incompetence all the way around the board. And you notice what I'm saying. Another season. It's being an Atlanta Hawk fan. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Being an Atlanta Hawk fan, and I'm gonna just starting in the 2000s. I'm gonna starting in the year 2000. Being an Atlanta Hawk fan is like being in a bad-ass domestic violent relationship. Management, ownership keep beating the fan base down with bullshit moves, non-winning moves, money-saving moves. Winning is not prioritized. And fans like me and others that I know, we keep coming back supporting this organization. I dropped the link if anybody want to tap in, man. It's open today. If anybody want to tap in, just tap in with me. Everything about the Atlanta Hawks, and I'm just starting in the year 2000, starts with the ownership. It starts with ownership. I don't remember the last time we had a owner who made winning a priority. I don't understand. You know, when people tell me when they come and say, well, we got to get some free agents, and people say, well, Damon, free agents never come to Atlanta. It's a reason why. It's a reason why Dwight Howard didn't come to Atlanta when he left Orlando. It's the reason why Dwight Howard chose to go to the Houston Rockets and not come to the Atlanta Hawks. I'm just using him as an example because at the time he was a top free agent. Could have changed the game. Could have changed the path of our organization. It's a reason behind that. It's the reason why we end up with Vince Carter's, with Dwight Howard's, with bad back. It's a reason why. And it starts at the top. It starts with ownership. That's why you don't get free agents coming to Atlanta. Let's go ahead and just go and clear that out the way. It ain't got shit to do with winning. You had 2 Eastern Conference Conference Final runs teams in the last decade. And we chose, and nothing got added to the. I ain't seen no free agent wanted to come here. We was winning. And you know what else we didn't see? We didn't see the owner spend any money. Salute to my guy Solution in the building.
Yeah, bro. What's going on? Good morning.
I know you didn't bet on the Hawks last night.
Oh no.
Solution say, listen, I love the Hawks, but I love my money even more.
Hey, boy, it's so funny how we may not be on the show for a week. You be reading my mind, boy. You know, and I said it like when I kind of observed everything, because from a bet perspective, I said, Trey kept talking about how, they were giving him a run in them last couple of games to get his win back, kind of get acclimated to a lot what has been going on since he's been on the bench. But, I mean, they even said, I ran through the whole show last night. It was a lot of debate. Matt is always going to be debating his stuff, but we'll get to that in a minute. But they was talking about just how big of a brace that was on his hand, even for a guard to wear that kind of brace. And that's got to be uncomfortable. Like, you go ahead and band up 2 of your fingers right now and try to go out there and do anything. It's still going, even though that's his offhand, it's still going to be uncomfortable. But I still think he just came in at the wrong time, man. It wasn't very timely. He was just kind of put in there after we've been seeing a lot of defensive intensity with the team, and he came back. They didn't really have enough time to really figure out how to really change the identity of defense with him coming back with so short time, going into a must-win situation. And it was just like a setup for failure, bro. And I just said, like, their lucky charm was going to run out because, they were like 3-0 in the last playing games. Mm-hmm. And, Chicago, they've been hungry for a while. We've been they owned us, during the regular season, but they probably been getting tired of, just being mediocre, and they had the home. If it was in Atlanta, it might have been different, but we don't play good on the road in games like that, bro. With the situation, we were underdogs coming into the game, and I looked at it like, man, we got Jalen, we got Okongwu, they were talking about how really Bruno's really like a third center. You don't have depth on the sides. Drummond came back off his injury. DeSomu came, and that's a funny thing. Like, DeSomu came back, he was out. He's been questionable for the last few games, and the dude just coming back like he ain't lost a step. You said it. I knew Kobe White was going to be a problem because my whole question. Man, listen, man. My thing was,
I said it on the. I went on a pregame show, man, and I said it, bro. I said it. You have to watch. It's the reason why the Kobe White kid was in the running for most improved player. Like, and we chose not to. Which is crazy to me.
Yeah, this was a coming out game for him. He was on a national stage where he hasn't really been on for a while. He's a UNC product. He knows how to win, and like we've been just giving up. That's why I said, man, I know I'm not criticizing you, but that's why I said that Malachi Flynn game was a red flag for me. I said,
Okay.
listen, even though they won the fucking game, I said, bro, you cannot have sample size like that with nobody coming off the bench that has done nothing like that in the history of the NBA. And we just keep giving up all these points to these no-name backcourt players, people who aren't even really superstars. I mean, Kobe White is probably the number 3 on that team. I put DeRozan 1, Vooch 2, and then he'd probably be 3. Borderline 2 if they have
And if they
injuries.
healthy,
Right.
he's 4 because they was missing Levine.
Correct. There you go. So it's like, Quin, come on, bro. Like at the halftime, he needed to be beating some. He be getting out coached, man. His rotations are bad. Like, come on, bro. I mean, we still had enough talent to still compete with them. Like, have not been a good. They're where they are for a reason. They have not been a great team like that, but it's you right. You start off the show with the same thing. I know you was like, man, you got to go in the garage last night. He was not feeling this shit. You're like, here goes another off season, and yeah, it's about time for us as a fan base to put the Eastern Conference Finals behind us and understand that we have digressed ever since then. And I was like, why is it that every owner can come in here? We old school Hawks fans, man. Me and you around the same age. And it seems like every management group owner, they come in here, they have like a 5 to 7 year game plan to make money, and then they're gone. They're out. Like they don't spend no money. They get hot. When we get high draft picks, we don't build around them right because one, the owners don't put good GMs in here. They don't put good GMs in here. You have to have a basketball mind in that front office when you to combine them with top draft picks. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead. I know you want to. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna make some other points. But my thing is, the question is, this is a very difficult time in Trey Young's timeline because we've seen about three different kind of strategies. We've let first round draft picks go around him, and Herter, Collins, and Reddish, and we see DeAndre having a bad game when we need him the most, playing with Trey, and it's just bad. It's like the chemistry is still there. Before we got here on our show, we talked about the poorly construction of the team. And it's still showing up in moments where we need them to play the best, right? Like we get a great game out of Capela, but then Trey suffers. We got a good first half out of DJ and then a bad first half out of Trey. Like the construction issue still comes up on this team, and the only people you can point at is the front office for that. People, I think somebody said, Landry, DeAndre Hunter wasn't Landry's pick, but shit, at the same day, he's supposed to be responsible for putting people around these guys. That's what your job is to do. It don't matter if it's his pick or not. If somebody was to get fired from a job, you and White Mike, you a businessman. If somebody was to get fired from the job and you interview for the job and you take over and you got a whole bunch of bad apples on the fucking job, what do? You get rid of them. Or you level up and you tell these, okay, this is how we're going to do A, B, and C, and this is how we're going to fix it. For the people who ain't with it, they're going to get out of here. Right? That's what you are.
I mean, that's bad.
Yo, all right. If it was me, wrestler, I'm wrestler. And Andrew talked me into that Dejounte Murray trade, and then he comes back to my office and says, hey, this ain't working. They don't fit. I need to trade him. Don't worry about trading him because your ass is fired because I lost 3 first-round picks and you were in San Antonio, so you should have known the fit wasn't going to work. And yet here we are, and now you coming back to me telling me that we got to trade one of them. We're going to trade one of them right after we fire you. That's what I'm just telling you. You want to know what a businessman would do? I'm a businessman.
I know.
You ain't selling me a bag of goods and giving up 3 number 1 picks. Or a swap, whatever you want to call it, and then coming to me telling me we got to make another change because I miscalculated the fit. Well, you miscalculated your ass right out of a job. That's
How
what would have
that,
happened to me.
hey, White Mike, how that conversation go, White Mike? How that conversation? I'm gonna walk in there and be like, hey, yo, White Mike, listen, hey, yeah, that move that I had you sign off on, yeah, it's not gonna work. It costs us 3 first-round picks. I think we're gonna have to move on from one of these. We're gonna have to move on from either Trey or Murray. What's your response, White Mike, is the owner?
My response is that is correct, but the first thing we do is moving on from you. The first thing we do is we moved on from you. As a matter of fact, your shit's at the door. Your key lock's been changed. You can't come here anymore because you've wasted my time and my money. And when you waste my time and my money, your ass is fired. I mean, this would be a no-brainer to me because, see, I'm still hot that he was in San Antonio. He saw Dejounte Murray firsthand, and he told me on a bag of goods that this would work. And this doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, you made an error, and you made an error with my money, and you made an error with my franchise, and you set us back. Landry would have to go. In my book, Landry would have to go. And I don't know, Damon, I wasn't here when y'all first got on here, but did you watch Dejounte Murray's press conference?
No, I ain't even watch it, man. What'd he say?
I want you to go back and watch it. He puts Quin under the bus. He flat up says we had a game plan that we were going to double team what's that boy's name? DeRozan. We were going to double team DeRozan, and he said, which gives other people open shots. And when they started hitting, we stuck to the game plan of keep doubling. He just flat up put, which tells me all I need to know. I mean, go watch his press conference. It is so obvious that he disagreed with the game plan and the fact that we did not change the game plan throughout the game. He has been told he's moving. It ain't a matter of who's moving. I'm telling you right now, DJ is moving because he wouldn't have said that if things were going to change. DJ knows he's moving. And so his last little shot was to say, Quin didn't make any adjustments. We stuck with the game plan that we came in with, and we never adjusted it. He flat up said that in his press conference. And his press conference is only 2 minutes. So I'm telling you, he knows he's leaving. So all these people are thinking that we choosing between Trey and DJ. No, we're not. We're not choosing that. Trey's staying and DJ is going. You can write that shit down. I'll come back on this show after that press conference. I'm telling you right now, DJ knows he's gone. He just threw Quin under the bus, and he wouldn't have done that if he was staying. But
White Mike, the question is that is that the correct move though?
That's my point. I don't know if it's the correct move. You would have asked me, 6 months ago, I would have said, well, first off, the whole move sucks because, like I said, Landry sold us a bag of goods on somebody, and he was wrong, and now he gets to try to fix his own damn mistake, which I got a huge problem with that because I don't trust him to do shit. I don't trust him to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning, let alone set the tone for my franchise. But let's just say, is it the right move? As far as talent goes, Trey's a generational talent. He's got huge flaws, and to cover those flaws, you got to put the right roster around him. And that puts us right back to where I said. Now you thinking, can Landry put the right people around him? Well, I got a problem with that because last summer, me and you had this same conversation about putting the right people around Trey and making the right decisions. They did nothing. They did nothing during the offseason. They did nothing during the preseason. They did nothing at the trade deadline. And here we are now, and everybody thinks they're going to make some big move. I'm telling you the move we're going to make. We're going to slide right under that damn tax. We're going to figure out how to slide under the tax. And the only way this changes, and I mean changes, something's going to change, but if you're talking about a change for a big star, it's just what you and I talked about in the past. It's going to take somebody disgruntled that we can get more on the cheap. And that's, I'm not sure that's going to work either. So are there changes coming? Yeah. Are we going to go out and get a Kyrie Irving type? Are you kidding me? What about this Hawks franchise that's told you that we're going to go out and pay the money it takes to get a Kyrie Irving or a Kevin Durant? We've never done that. We've never done that. So what makes you think that Landry's got first off, that he's got the intelligence to do it. And don't talk to me about Stanford and going to school and graduating in philosophy. He can philosophy his ass right out the door when he gave up my 3 number 1 picks for a guy that he should have known wasn't going to fit in this offense or defense. He should have known it, and he didn't. So that's one of the
points. That's one of the points that I be making. Like, he should already know. Listen, the funniest thing about the Murray trade is that, and this sums up the Hawks front office and ownership. The dude who had the most basketball knowledge, who came from a championship organization, who was part of building a dynasty in Golden State, was the only one who said, "Don't do that deal," and they did not listen to him.
Facts.
Like, and that blows my mind. That's like if all 3 of us went to the doctor and the doctor said, "Hey, White Mike, I think you got this." And then I look at you, White Mike, don't listen to this dude. You don't know what he talk about. You ain't got shit. Like, that makes no sense. You're not gonna listen to the smartest dude in the room who has the most.
But the thing is that we failed to highlight on your point is that DJ ain't won nothing. DJ, he hasn't won a championship. You give 3 first-round draft picks for somebody who don't want a championship, bro. He ain't won no championship, bro. You gotta bring people in here that have tasted.
And that's what Mike's point is, Solution. That's Mike's point.
Yes.
With Landry Fields coming from San Antonio, he should have, if he was a real scout, he should have already known that Murray on the defensive end really didn't make his name by on-ball defending. He made it by jumping, passing lanes, and stealing. He should have already known that. So even if the owner says
next to Derek White, playing next to Derek White.
So even if the owner says we're going to do it anyway, you having the knowledge on that player should have been like, okay, I know I need to go get some defensive dudes around because I already know what's finna happen. I already know the backcourt defense. Moves was not made to do that. Every year Solution and White Mike, what everybody say? We got to get played. How many? It's been 6 years, and we ain't got the right players around this guy yet. 6 years.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's what I have a big problem with right there.
But I really believe now that I've heard that. Go watch that press conference. You'll see what I'm saying. I really believe DJ knows. He's been told. They stay in with Trey. He's leaving. And he threw it under the bus there on his way out the door. He threw Quin under the bus. And, of course, Trey's press conference, he's all pop and all that stuff, which drives me crazy. But this is all on Landry. Landry and Wrestler ran Travis off. He was trying to make his vision work. I will fault him for DeAndre Hunter. He should have known DeAndre was limited mobility. That was his ding in the pre-draft. I brought that up on the show. He's stiff hips, and he was not a number 4 pick. That's Travis messed up. The one thing I would on is somebody did DeAndre Hunter the way he should have got it. But that's there. Travis is good. So now we got the good thing I liked about last night is Wrestler was courtside watching that shit show unfold. That was the only thing I enjoyed was him having to eat that shit. I enjoyed that. Sitting there getting shit all over his. So, because if it was me and I'm an owner and I got the money and the power he's got, I ain't going out like that. And I hope that he ain't going out like that. But he's shown me no reason to believe he's not. He's let it go this long. He's making money. He don't care. Trey's selling jerseys. That's why Trey's gonna stay. And I'm assuming they're gonna try to build around him. But I have very little faith in Landry pulling off.
I said this, White Mike, like about a month ago. I said this on the show. I said
go
ahead.
White Mike, you breaking up? You breaking up, White Mike? Hey, try to stop walking, stand still, see if that helps.
Yeah, he's just talking and he's going in and out. He's probably in the air. Yeah, but I said this
solution while White Mike fix
yeah,
it.
I said this in the show about a month ago. I said this wrestler them. I said this little game they playing gonna come backfire on them. Cause listen, I think this is the last year that this fan base gonna go for this bullshit, bro. Cause honestly, like everybody's stock is dropping now. Wrestler stock is dropping. Trade, yeah, I do agree. If you go another year like this with how we played with Trey Young, then his value is gonna be terrible, bro.
His value terrible right now.
Yeah, and then people still. That's what I'm saying. The sample size, what we going out on seeing with the sample size with his hand, like we really, like people really don't know the extent of that injury. Yeah, we assume it's gonna heal. But look at when John Collins' finger got fucked up, like it wasn't the same for a minute, bro. So like he's going out really bad. Like we don't know the extent of that hand injury, how it's gonna affect him. Like the reason why Murray won out because a year and a half his draft stock gonna go down. He can't come back for another year with this same mediocre shit, bro. If they play another under 500 season next year with this same backcourt, it ain't looking good for nobody, bro. And
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you the solution. I'm gonna tell you this. Quin Snyder. Let me start with the coach. He's been a massive disappointment. Massive disappointment this year. We have regressed under Quin Snyder. Regressed. You go from 41 wins to 36. And he's supposed to be this amazing coach. I think right now, to me, Quin Snyder is
Go ahead and compound upon that. Go deep into your mind and tell me why we are so. What's the number one thing that comes to your mind? I'm gonna tell you what mine is.
I don't like that he play. I don't like that he played NBA politics with the lineups in the rotations. I don't like that.
Yes. His rotations have been awful all year.
Yeah, I don't like that. Like last night, you had a group that was working. He played for 4 minutes. We get back into the game. And then he just subs 3 of the guys out. Like, I don't understand what is he doing. Like, it's a win or go home game. Sometimes you gotta ride with the hot hand. That's why somebody like with the Pelican game with Willie the Pelicans coach Willie I have a guy.
Yeah, I know who he is, but go ahead, yeah.
They asked him how come he didn't play Brandon Ingram. You know what he said? He said, I like the guys that we had on the floor. They the ones who got us in the game. They got us back in the game. They was rolling. Mm-hmm. Why Quin Snyder doesn't do that?
You know why? Because he's one of those coaches. He does not know how to coach through players that aren't two-way players. He can't do it, bro. He don't trust players who aren't two-way players. And he can't coach through it. That's why his rotations look so bad. And they said when Capela went off the court the other night, we look terrible. He should already know in your mind that you don't have a backup center. How can you combat that? That's where you making your $8 million a year from, bro. You're supposed to be able to have a rotation. And I don't think they should have ran that rotation that they had, the starting rotation. That wasn't a really good rotation to start off with. That's why in the first quarter we got ran off the fucking court. You should have brought, bro. Like it was
that goes back. That goes back to why not sign Vic Krejci to a contract. You would have had some length out there. He tried to put Mo Gay out there, but then Mo Gay played
that was bad. That was bad.
Put him in for 2 minutes. He took him out.
Bad.
And then the dude he kept, Trent Ford, he ain't even play him.
And going back to what White Mike was talking about, that's what DJ is having a problem with. Because it seems like he did go away from a game plan.
Now, you know what? Now you know what makes sense. You know what makes sense now, Solution? If you go back to the beginning of the year when Dejounte Murray responded to that fan on Twitter, when he said, we do shit different in practice than we do in the game.
Okay, then.
Now you get to the press conference, dude don't want to change the game plan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got to side with Murray. I was wondering why we not trying to double Kobe White. The dude was doing Euro steps, reverse layups. And I'm like, so you just not going to account? You just going to not do nothing against this guy, Quin Snyder? Nothing.
He did it with Malachi Flynn. He gambled. He said, I'm going to give Malachi Flynn all the shot. But that's fucking Detroit, bro. This is not Detroit.
Yeah, and the fact nobody else on Detroit was scoring buckets. I mean, you had everybody, I think almost the whole starting five had over 20 points. Ayo had over 20. Kobe had 40. DeRozan 22. Vucevic is up there. I know he had at least 18. Like, you got to be kidding me. And he made no adjustments. And people trying to tell me this some type of savant coach? That's the problem. Go get a chance. You should have went when you had the opportunity. If you're going to spend all this money, you should have got a championship coach. You should have got a coach who has won at this level. That's what they should have did.
We have to push back on Landry because it's very astonishing as a fan base that we know we need length and size for the past 2 years. And this front office will not go out and get it. Dallas went out and addressed their issues they got Gafford and PJ Washington. Why the hell we can't do a move like that? You know why? Because the front office, you cannot lose in the front office and lose on the court. You gambled 3 first-round draft picks away on Dejounte Murray. You cannot gamble that on a guy that's never won a championship. Popovich do not play basketball. You cannot sit up and, Coach Popovich, he played on a great – Popovich ain't won nothing in a long time. He's still trying to figure out how to rebuild fucking San Antonio right now. You know what they did? They said, okay, you can have Murray and give me 3 first-round draft picks. And they drunk the fucking Kool-Aid on that shit, bro. You cannot lose in the front office with a franchise that never won anything, and then you having issues with constructing the team around your 3rd-round draft pick. Your number 3 overall draft pick. That's 2 L's, bro. You cannot do that. You can't, man.
Let me show you some solution. Look at this. Let's look at the payroll. Look at this payroll. So, championship contender. They tried to contend. Contender in the finals last year. Contender, Dallas contender, Minnesota contender. Where the Hawks at? Look at it.
They ain't probably nowhere to be.
20th.
Yeah.
20th in salary.
And and that's the thing. You made a comment about how we're like the number 1 fan experience. But again, the fans don't play basketball, bro. We watch the game. Yeah, you build up this aura about fan experience. You got CeeLo and Quavo, and you got them Boosie falling out his seat on the fucking court side and shit for games that they just got us drinking Kool-Aid about. But then when Trey and Dejounte, okay, you win the Boston game without Trey, but then when Trey and Dejounte get back in a meaningful game, we give up 131 points.
Man, listen. And then I'm gonna show you something else. So that's the teams who spend money, right?
Yes.
Now let's see who spend money smartly. Orlando got the 30th ranked payroll. Way better than us. That's because they spend their money smartly and they draft and develop. Okay. Who else better than us? Indiana, 148. And that's with them taking on Siakam. 148 million better than us. Houston better than us. So I mean, like,
bro, New York, what the Knicks at on that?
Oh, they right here, 166 this year. Knicks are 12th in salary.
And that's the thing about Tibbs. People, because they Tibbs been getting beat up. He got beat up pretty bad last year. And the thing is, you're not gonna play for Tibbs if you don't play defense. That's the thing. Right now, I'm giving Tibbs an edge over Quinn because they got rid of Obi Toppin. They said, Toppin, you're not finished. Yeah, you got length and size, but that's not gonna work. He was disgruntled. They shipped his ass out of there. That was one of their better draft picks, bro. We don't do shit like that. We don't get motherfuckers. How long was he with the Knicks? What, 2 years? The other dude, Jericho Sims, that motherfucker don't even hardly see the court.
Don't
You know,
forget.
they brought.
Don't forget they got rid of Grimes. They got rid of Kevin. Not Kevin Knox was like a 5 overall pick. They shipped him out.
They shipped him out, bro. And that's my thing, bro. Like they brought different. They went to fucking Golden State, where it's a championship organization, and they got DiVincenzo. DiVincenzo been holding that team down, bro. Like when Brunson is off, that motherfucker be out there playing defense, all that shit. We don't think like that.
They got Josh Hart too, another big wing.
Yes, Josh Hart has been a veteran that's been on very good teams.
Don't worry about a solution. We got DeAndre Hunter.
And they just stay with DeAndre Hunter, and his health has been declining every year.
What's good, Ticket?
Hey, bro.
Hey, hold on. I'll be right back. Let me go check my work computer. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. You good. Talk to me, Ticket. What's up, bro?
Bro, they Trey Young shit over with, bro.
Talk to me, boy. You know, I got a goodies, boy. Talk to me.
This shit over with, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah.
Talk to me. What's the main issue you got with Trey Young?
Trey gotta go, bro. Like when Trey Young's not on the floor, we are able to defend at least at a competent level, at least at a satisfactory level.
All right.
You see more chemistry on the floor, and you see that the game is not revolving around one person. When this dude come in the game, man, it's like everybody running for their life on defense. Man, we don't like Kobe White was cooking last night, but when Trey went out the game, that's when we got momentum.
Correct.
Then instead of sticking with the lineup, Quin Snyder, he just went back to Trey, bro. Like he wasn't giving you nothing. DeAndre Hunter was abysmal. He looked like he was ready to retire last night. That's how bad Hunter was. But Trey, man, like it's not gonna work. We're not gonna get nowhere near a championship with this dude. I was saying as the best player, but after last night, we not going nowhere with him on the floor. Period. Like for us, like
the problem is that the wrestlers push for that agenda. They push for wanting the highlights from Trey. Kool-Aid talked about that he has to shoot 20, 25, 30 shots a game and be himself. But then you get into a shootout with another team, and teams have already figured out how to beat us. If we're going to get into a shootout with another team with Trey shooting 25 to 30 shots, we don't have a high probability of winning, first of all. But my point what I'm trying to make to you is that this could easily, if you're a high integral organization, this could easily be nipped in the bud. Trey cannot be the number one player on this team. He just cannot do that. That's why we were 41-4. That's why we have digressed since the Eastern Conference Finals. Teams have figured out who we are.
All they gotta do is if you make Trey Young play defense, the game over, bro.
I saw him Demond the other day. I was watching. I saw him. He missed his rotation on defense. The dude was hiding behind one of the centers. I'm like, what are you doing behind the center, bro? Like in the paint. Like you ain't gonna get no rebound down there, bro. I be watching him on defense sometimes, just be shaking my head, bro. Like you right, Ticket. Like everybody be just like fumbling the ball on defense when this guy's out there. It's like 4-on-5.
Like if you put it like this. If you want to trade DJ and keep Trey Young, you want to be entertained. That's my stance.
Yeah.
If you want to trade Trey and keep DJ at the point guard position, you want to win.
I think Trey would be amazing if we did have like a number one option. Like if you know what I'm saying, like
Trey be on the floor. I'm convinced he can't even be on the floor now, Demond. I was okay with him being here and just being not the best player. But now, the way that he got he wasn't the only one that got hunted, but when he got hunted last night, bro, that man, it was like a bully chasing somebody that didn't want no smoke.
I got okay. Ticket, I got a question for it, and I have a reason for asking you. Who's the number one? We talked about how DeMond wanted Udoka, and I think Udoka would have been a better fit. But listen, who's the number one on Houston right now?
The number one player?
Who would you consider the number one on Houston?
Jalen Green, ain't it?
You said, ain't it? Are you confident? Are you confident?
I thought that's what I was about to say. I thought it shifted to Jalen Green. I don't know.
I don't watch him like that, so that's why I'm assuming it was Jalen Green.
Who played in the backcourt with him?
Van Fleet.
Okay, then. So is Van Fleet a must drop off from Jalen Green?
Athletic wise, yeah, but I don't know.
Could you run the offense through Van Fleet if you wanted to, if you was Udoka?
I don't know what they run. I don't watch them enough to give you an education.
Yeah, I understand. That's a fair assessment. My point is, I feel like we should run our offense more like that. We got Trey too much of this hierarchy number one when you can run the offense through. You can run the offense through Van Vliet, be balling, bro. I ain't gonna even lie.
You talking about Trey Young still on the floor?
Look at their backcourt, like their backcourt.
Well, let me ask you this, Solution.
Their backcourt, to me, I think like their backcourt is kind of similar. They're not very lengthy. They're not very tall. Like Van Vliet's not that tall.
Jalen Green a little low now.
How tall? Hey, look up Jalen Green for me on the mind.
I think Jalen Green like 6'5", 6'6". So let me.
That's what I'm saying. Like Dejounte's and Van Vliet is what?
But he way more athletic than Dejounte though. Like,
he is. Yeah, he gets to that.
Jalen Green listed as 6'4", 186.
That's my point. He's shorter than damn Dejounte. He more athletic than Dejounte.
He way more athletic because when we played them, bro, we had no answer for Jalen Green, bro. I think he went for 30 on us.
No, that's what I'm saying. How tall is Van Vliet? Look him up. He can't be no more like 6'2", 6'3", bro.
Yeah, now I know Van Fleet kind of short. Let me see here.
But Van Fleet built though.
Yes, he is. That's what I'm saying.
He might weigh at least 25 more pounds than Trey.
Okay then. And I think do you think he?
Hell yeah, Van Fleet 200 pounds, 6 feet 200.
And what's his height?
6 feet.
He a goddamn unit.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
6 feet, bro. 6 feet 200.
Yeah, that
for a point guard, bro. That is a unit, dog.
Trey. We know Trey.
Bro, they got Trey listed 6'3", 165. Like that weight got to be wrong, bro. He can't be no 165.
Trey no 6'3". Trey is not. I don't stood next to Trey. He is not 6'3". Trey more like 6'1". He is not that tall, bro. He is not that tall, bro. So Trevor, that's a lie.
Like when you talk about having a guy that's a superstar, superstars have very minimal flaws. And the flaws that they do have, they have something or multiple things elite about their game that compensate for that. Trey Young, he's short, and Trey Young ain't laterally quick. When he going one-on-one with somebody, the blow-by ain't really his number one thing. It's really like going back and forward. It ain't going left to right.
No, you're right.
Like he has the pull back, the little shit through the legs, but it's always front to back. That's where most of his like agility and stuff is. So he ain't big at all. He ain't got no strength. He don't got good lateral quickness. I ain't gonna say it's trash, but it's subpar for a guard.
And he cannot dominate a team. When you get Trey out of his element.
One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
The only Trey can break down a defense consistently, he has to have help from a pick and roll. You can't. A superstar can have points where you just can't stop him.
Hey, I want you to stop what you said, and that's why we never got rid of Capela.
I mean,
that's why he wanted.
I mean,
Capela.
that makes sense. But I've always said that Trey Young. I always said that, like, and you can go look on the shows. I said on the show. I said during the games, man. I'd be like, he not a Kyrie Irving. He can't break you down off the. When I watch Trey try to break somebody down, you know what I see? The ball. I just see a lot of the head movement like this. I don't see him. Yeah. I don't see the handle, right? I just see he just be like this, right? That first step, it ain't. He don't have that first step where you can just throw him the ball. He size you up and then just try to. He ain't got. He can get it on a couple players, but it's not consistent. And it goes back to what you said. He needs a screen, and I was even screaming that last night. I was like, get this nigga a screen to get DeMoso off of him, to get Caruso off of him, to get him shots. Now, that goes back to what y'all just said. Maybe that's why Clint Capela ain't never left.
It ain't, because they want to revolve the offense around Trey, and he need a screen.
Clint can set a screen. That's the one thing. If he
maybe that's why Clint, we paying $20 million for a dude to set a screen. I mean, that's what it's boiled down to, right?
But I'll also say this. Also another reason why it's so easy to guard Trey Young one-on-one in an isolation situation, because Trey Young don't shoot the ball good enough for you to have to play him on the 3-point line. You almost want him to shoot the three.
Right, because like I tell people, he's a volume shooter.
Yep.
He's not, and I tell Matt this all the time. I said Trey's not an elite shooter. He had one elite shooting year when he shot 48% from the field. Besides that, I think he a career 42. He's not elite like a Steph Curry, right? A Steph Curry could come off. He's such an elite shooter. You have to come out there on him. You have no choice. You almost want him to attack the basket and give up the two because he's so good at the shooting the three. With Trey, last night they wasn't playing them out like they was like we were making that conference final run where they was trying to pick them up at almost half court or at the 3-point line. And I mean, listen, it's like Ticket said. I'm gonna piggyback on one of the points Ticket made. You have to be, for lack of a better word, you have to be elite at something. Okay.
Yes.
At something. So Trey doesn't have an elite build. Okay, so that's a disadvantage because 6 feet, 100 and I'm gonna give him 175. Right, that's not elite for in today's NBA 4-point guard.
Correct.
He's not an elite defensive player at all. He's not an elite shooter. He's average. Okay, career 42-3. I would call that average, right? 3-point shooting for his career. What is Trey? Maybe 30. I think what he shot this year, 37%. That's up there. That's above average. I mean, but there's
everything you're saying, and Ken, I just want to jump in and I want you to keep hitting this fast because this is very monumental. What you hit on, all of that equates to he's not a number one, bro. That's what all of that means. He's not a number one. He needs screens. He needs people to play defense next to him. You know, if other people are not having a good shooting nights when he's off, the team looks bad. But continue. Go ahead.
I will give him credit. He is an elite playmaker. Okay. I give him that. But to be a number one, you have to be elite at more than just assists. How? Because even your great assist guys, who we think of, Chris Paul, Magic, Stockton, they could shoot the basketball when needed. They could go out there and have a 20-point night when needed, but do it efficiently. And that's what I try to say sometimes when I'm talking about Trey. When Matt will say something where Trey had 30 points, I'm like, bro, but he shot it. He got the 30. Matter of fact, like last night, he got the 22, but like 13 of his points from the free throw line.
Right.
So
And
he wasn't. He's not efficient. So man, listen.
You can't.
And who did Stockton have on that pick and roll?
You can't be a good defense.
Malone.
Like, okay then.
Malone. But guess what? Stockton could pull up for that mid range, waka waka waka, and then on the defensive side, bro. I was. I mean, y'all can vouch. I was telling people all year when they was like, Trey so much better on this. I said, no, he's not, bro. He's not guarding anybody. I was telling people the reason he get the steal because he be floating in the lane. He just jumping
in the lane.
He's not guarding it, bro. I was sitting right here doing the watch and pointing out, but like, watch this. He'll guard the dude. They go in the lane, and then it's like he passes the guy off to somebody.
Right.
And I'm like, bro, who? That's why when Matt will come up here and say, well, this dude scored this many points on Murray, I always ask the same question. Who was Trey guarding? And he could never give me an answer because he doesn't guard a guy. So with him and Clint Capela, one, make you a liability on the offensive end in Clint, right? Because on the defensive end, Trey make you a liability. So, like, I know it's a hard discussion to have, man, because one thing I will say is
ain't hard for me.
No, I got a point I'm gonna make while y'all sitting up there laughing. Let me tell you something, right? Listen, the Hawks drunk the Kool-Aid so bad. I'm materializing everything through this last game from the season, and I said, you know what? When Travis was building the team, we all know, we just broke it down. We said he's a volume shooter. He's not a pure shooter. So that's why they went out and got Herter, because they thought Herter was going to be like their Dan Marley, their Danny Ainge. They thought he was going to be somebody that could knock them threes down when Trey was exerting so much energy on the offensive side, not getting calls when he get in the lane because he ducking and jiving. He can't get – when you 163 and you get content from niggas who down 250, 260, Zion-type build, nigga, you going to feel that shit at the end of the night. That's why he don't be getting the call when he be looking at the rest, because, bro, everybody know you small.
Bro,
Did
you see what he was arguing with the ref, and then them niggas his man went on the goddamn fast break?
Yeah, bro. Hey, but listen to me, Ticket. I got to make this point, bro. We got cut. I heard everybody, Matt be trolling down on Murray. Fine. I know Murray had a bad defensive game last night, showed it Trey. That's been our identity all year. Both our points.
Gave up 15 points, by the way, to Kobe White. I looked at the highlights.
Okay.
So I don't have to find out where the other 27 points
came from. Exactly. Probably people.
Murray.
And Hunter was bad too. Hunter, they didn't have. Listen, and when Capela went off the floor, it was worse. They had no kind of rim protection, nothing. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. I want to get off this point about to make. Like that's a flaw for Landry. Landry should have went out. He should have known once the Congo was out, he probably wasn't gonna play for the rest of the season with that toe injury. You have to go and address size. Bruno Fernando, he had some flashes in some games here and there. That was probably against some teams who didn't give a fuck about playing anyway. But he's not a backup center. He's not a number 2 backup center in this league, bro. I'm not finna even get into that because we all know that was a big flaw and why we look so bad. Go ahead.
It looked bad. Now it looks really bad that DeAndre Hunter in that damn media day session said he didn't do nothing over the summer.
Man, don't even get me started.
Oh, man, bro. Hey. They better be glad I ain't nice on the computer, because I would go clip that right now and post his stat line at the top of it.
Yeah, man. That's been a storyline.
Come on, I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, Demond, and that's been. Let me tell you something. When you searching for higher accolades in this league, which has become so competitive, one thing that you must do is play consistently. Not only play consistently towards your strengths and your identity. True, you're going to have some off nights, but you got to play consistently to what our fan base knows you're good for. If people say you're a good defender, DeAndre, you don't go out and stink it up on defense. If people say, okay, Trey, you terrible on defense. You can't come out and have a poor shoot night in a must-win situation. Okay, so you have to play consistently to your strengths every night and do what you're being paid to do. I want to have a conversation in mind about two guards. And we went and we spent all this capital on Dejounte Murray, 3 first-round draft picks, and it has not been working with Trey. And the main construct build, we have enough talent through the draft, through people playing in the system to kind of get by with Hunter, Bogey coming off and on the bench starting, Jalen coming up. Capela knows his role on the team. We have enough decent talent right there if we could have gotten that number 2 position right. But the thing is, you can't go out and spend 3 first-round draft picks on Dejounte knowing that you lack size and don't have any capital to go out there and get size at the trade deadline. That's why Schlenk said don't do it, because he know we needed the capital to improve another area where we had a deficiency at. You look at what Chicago got. They went out there and got Drummond. We had all the opportunity to get Drummond for the past 3 years, and we would not go get this guy. He could have eased that. That is a solid backup center. He's not the best scoring center, but he's a great rebounder. But going back, if you're gonna get a 2 guard, he's got to be efficient at something every game. Like, he's got to be a great shooter, or he's got to be a great defender. Let's look at the first thing solution. Look at
solution. You know the first thing he has to be? You know what the first thing he got to be?
Hey, talk me, because I'm about to go in. Go ahead.
He got to be a shooting guard first.
But no, let me tell you this. You know what's been so hard for players who have come in to play with Trey, or players that we have drafted to play with Trey, is that the players that we have drafted to be with Trey, because the rest of us want him to be the face of this franchise that create this highlight factory identity and selling these jerseys, they defer. They defer to Trey, and they cannot be who they are. We saw when Trey was out of these games, Pat, we saw players do things that we have never seen them do before. We've seen G League players, play defense. We've seen some highlights with Mogay. We've seen these guys. We're like, why don't Quin play some of these players more? We've seen good shooting nights by some of these off guards. But my thing is, a shooting guard got to be able to shoot. But more importantly, it seems like these guys don't understand their role around Trey. Let me give you a prime example in Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope does something very well on that Denver team. You know why Mike Malone is such a great coach? Because he got every fucking player on that team knows their role, bro. Aaron Gordon be ready to take on LeBron. Jokic, he ready for it. Give him the ball in the post. He great passer out the post, great in the post. He's a great scorer, can get to the free throw line. Murray, he can take over the game. If Jokic is being doubled, he can knock down shots. You got your boy Trey's favorite guy. What's his name? Michael Porter. He ready to knock down the open 3. But Caldwell Pope, ever since the Lakers lost him, they lost a very good defensive player. That's why they had to go in and get Gabe Vincent. And Gabe Vincent was a big reason why they won that game against the Pelicans, because he came in and gave some good minutes in that playing game.
And he was injured too. He just got back.
He just got back. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Defense, you got to have defense in this style of NBA in your backcourt, because when you got point guards, a lot of these point guards, these guys that coming up in these AU stuff, they're working on their handling skills, ball handling skills, their athleticism. These guys, look, and they get into the rack, bro. And that's what was killing us. Desomu, Kobe White, again, these guards today are very athletic. That's why I wanted to make the point on that Houston situation, because they're athletic, they got dribbling skills, they're working on their 3-point shots. They can beat you so many kind of ways. And the thing is, that's why they went in so hard on Dejounte, because they thought that he was going to be our savior. They thought we got this knight in shining armor that was going to fix the backcourt, bro. But the thing is, you still got a point guard in the backcourt that's a defensive liability. And Dejounte, like I said, he never won anything. Yeah, he had that 1 second all-team defense or whatever, but he had a lot of pieces around him, and he was playing in a system that at the time, I think he was playing with Derek White too, who was another good two. That's another guard that I was going to bring up. Derek White. He cook us every time he come to Atlanta. Another good two guard on a highly level championship team. You know what I'm saying? Caldwell Pope. Look at these two guards. And you look at the salary. Look at the two guards on those teams and how they play, how active they are. They know their roles playing against the number one. Like DiVincenzo, he knows his role playing alongside Brunson. Caldwell Pope, he knows his role playing against Murray. But it seems like Murray and Young, like they get out there, it's like they don't feed off one another. They don't know. And you mean tell you spend 3 first-round draft picks on that to not have no identity in the backcourt? You know what I'm saying? Like Caldwell Pope don't even have to shoot the ball.
But what do you think about what you saw when Trey Young got hurt and Murray led the team for those 25 games, 22 games?
You saw, but you know why?
Hawks stayed above 500. Defense improved 6 points, 6 rating points. We held 3 teams under 100 points. The points per game during that time went down 5 points.
It just shows the agenda of this organization. They want to posterize Trey Young as this superstar in the league that got into the All-Star game by default, is on a team that's under 500. He's one of the few max players that's in the NBA that's on the team that's under 500 and playing in this playing game. You know, and the thing I can say about Miami didn't have Rozier last night, and they fought to the end against damn Philly, bro. Like they were giving Philly the business. That's one thing I can say about Spoelstra. He understands his rotations. Look at how Spoelstra rotates his players. You know what I'm saying? Versus what Quin is doing. Look at these top echelon teams and their rotations and how they're rotating their players. How they're not scared to be untraditional at times. You know, they'll shake things up. You know what I'm saying? So like, look at Tibbs and his rotations. You know what I'm saying? Like even with Popovich, who they're just rebuilding. Even the way he uses his players and rotates when Wemby is out or when Vassell is out, and how he's letting his young players develop and bring a different identity. Even when Porzingis is out or some of these other players out. You got Hauser coming off the bench, shooting threes, and Cornette coming in, playing good minutes. Not DiVincenzo, but was the little white point guard that always shoots us out of the gym. They be ready to play, bro. Like these guys, they got rotations under lock, bro. And like I'm saying, like you gotta have a 2 guard that plays along Trey, that knows his role, that's going to be able to play defense. You know, and the thing is, we rely on this 3-point shooting so much that when that 3-point shot is not going in, we look so mediocre, bro. And Dejounte does not bring that element. We wanted a pure 3-point shooter to be along Trey Young, and that was the biggest flaw in the 3 first round draft pick. You didn't get what you really wanted.
Well, that's because you had a non-basketball guy making the decisions.
Yes.
You
and
can't.
DeJounte,
bro, the smartest basketball dude in the room said, "Don't do it."
Yes,
he said it.
Yeah,
the dude resume is untouched by anybody in the Hawks organization. 4-time championship team he was a part of building. He came from a winning organization.
And you know what's so funny? What's up, Fritz? Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. You know what? And what's up,
and now, what you
say?
Trey Dad like the post about how nobody because Trey is succeeding and then never had an all-star teammate. Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, dog. Nia. And I'm not talking about you, Nia. I'm talking about Trey Dad, man. Then why the fuck Trey Young ain't walking into the? I would have been done this shit year 3, dog. Soon as I seen the Mavs trade for KP, I'm walking in that office saying I need help. I need legit star help. When I see the Mavs scrap the KP movement, go get Kyrie Irving. I'm walking into the office. I need help. It's a reason. It's a reason. Okay. I'll get some feedback real quick. Who that is?
I'm not saying. But on top of that, we got
hold a solution.
Yeah.
It's a reason they went after Murray. It's a reason. Who brought up Dejounte Murray? Who brought it up? I'm sure the Spurs didn't call the Hawks and say, hey, man, just out of the blue, hey, man, y'all want to get Dejounte Murray? No. I bet you money Trey Young had a part of getting Murray. Why would Landry Fields, why would anybody in the front office say, let's go get Dejounte Murray? Why? When you know he don't fit. When you know, not fit. When you know he's a fucking point guard. Why would you do it? That's why I'm so frustrated, man.
Yeah.
Frustrated. Yeah. You already knew. And it's like what White Mike said. Landry just came from San Antonio. If he was if he was just a decent scout, he could have said, hey, Dejounte, I know he made the all defensive second team, but this is why he made it. Now, when you put that player here, does he have the same support that he had in San Antonio to make him an all defensive player? The answer should have been hell the fuck no. So then that's why you look at Travis Schlenk when he says, do not do it. Do not do it. And then they've messed up because I said, go get Udoka. We can't defend. We need somebody who not scared to hold players accountable.
You got that right.
Quin Snyder he played NBA politics.
He does.
We know that. Emmanuel Mudiay even said it on the podcast. He will play the dude because he make $20 million, not because he better than you.
Yep.
Come on, man.
To me,
I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit from the fan base talk about we all said Murray was the move. No, the fuck we didn't, Antonio Starks. Don't come in here with that, but don't put none of that shit on me, dog. Because I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I live 2 hours from San Antonio, bro. And I was like, Dejounte Murray? Why the hell we go get this dude? I wasn't even following Murray like that. So I don't want to sit here. Don't sit here and put me in that group. We was all happy. The only reason I supported that trade, because I was like, Murray, why the fuck we go get Murray? Because I thought Travis Schlenk approved that move. Once I heard he said no, I was like, oh, hell the fuck no. My bad, Freezy. What's good, man? My guy Uncle Freezy in the building, man. Getting ready for that playoff run. What's good, my guy? Hey, give me 1 second, Freezy. I gotta go run and check my work computer. Go ahead, chop it. I'll be right back. Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be back.
Yeah, man, no doubt. Hey, salute everybody.
Hey, what's up, man? Congrats on a good year for the Knicks, man. Y'all made some tough moves, but it's working out so far. I mean, y'all doing good without Randall. Randall out. Hartenstein gave y'all some good minutes. With Mitchell Robinson being out, y'all wasn't afraid to move your boy Barrett. So, man, I remember I can remember like yesterday when Oakley was on courtside fight, boy. But y'all done came a long way, bro.
Came a long way, man.
Yeah, Brunson's showing out right now. DiFrancesco, hey, he got his opportunity. He got from up underneath when they wasn't playing him when they brought Poole out there, and then. You know, he was scrambling to get minutes out there. I mean, Golden State, they got their players, but it's good to see him fit alongside Brunson, man. So we out, man. I'm hoping that you guys do something, boy.
I felt like, and no lie, hand to the man, we did a We Talk Hawks TV, We Talk Mavs, and Lawrence Tears did a crossover back in the summer. And I predicted the Hawks team to be the 3 seed.
We all did.
Because I felt like they had the talent to get there. But unfortunately, man, unfortunately, injuries probably have more of a factor to play with where y'all are right now than a lot of the, because when it come down to it, man, in professional sports, it's about the Jimmies and Joes and not the X's and O's. because you can have the dopest offensive or defensive system. If you don't have guys in that system to execute, you're not really gonna go nowhere. And the fact that JJ is out, you know what I'm saying? And I think Sadiq Bey tore his ACL, right?
Mm-hmm. He's out.
Yep.
Really?
And then you have a third guy out too. I can't remember his name.
Double O out.
Okongwu. So yeah, so you had a combination of Trey Young getting hurt, JJ getting hurt, Okongwu getting hurt, Sadiq Bey getting hurt. And I know people don't want to say, you know, use injuries as an excuse. But at the same time, we all know we all are working or professionals or something in some form of life, and we know that at your job, some people are better at their job than others. It's just a part of life. You know what I'm saying? But like, for instance, when I saw y'all last night, I was like, yo, Trey Young is out there with one hand where he can barely move that hand. And then you got three dudes out that three young dudes at that kind of would have helped y'all get past that Chicago team. And so I know the conversation is tough this morning because, you know, now, you know, and I got Demond, listen, I got to throw these jokes in here, bro, just to make light of it. It's no disrespect to y'all, but you know, it's a part of being a sports fan, right? Like if the Knicks were out, if y'all were telling jokes about Cancun, I just take it like a man. So it's one of those things where the Hawks are booking flights now to Cabo right now, but it's not because, you know, the roster was infinitely bad. I think it's because that young guy, y'all have a young light-skinned dude at the 3 or 4, whatever, and that dude is on, in my opinion, he's on the verge of stardom. I think he's going to be a great young NBA player. Honestly, I probably would have moved DeAndre Hunter so that dude can get all the minutes in those wing positions, right? I think that dude is going to be next. Like that dude is going to be all-star caliber. Now, not all-star every year, but man, when you missing him and Double O and Sadiq Bey stretching the floor, 3-point shooting, little toughness, and Trey Young coming back, man, it's hard to be where y'all at right now. I kind of feel for y'all in a way where you couldn't beat Chicago. Chicago should have been easy pickings. And as soon as JJ got hurt, you saw the season kind of get turned a kind of way. So that was my thing on it, man. So ultimately, I think the Hawks are maybe headed in a good direction, but I won't blame the coach and I won't blame the general manager. I'm going to blame the 7th richest owner in the NBA for not spending money, right? Tony Ressler is the 7th richest owner, and Tony Ressler is wealthier than James Dolan, our owner, right? He's wealthier than our owner, right? But the mere fact that one owner spends money and the other one toes the budgetary line lets you know, bro, Tony Ressler is wealthier than the Boston Celtics owner. I'm looking at the list right now. Tony Ressler legit is only behind Steve Ballmer, the dude that owns the Cavaliers, the dude that owns the Nuggets, the dude that owns Miami, the dude that owns the Pistons, and the dude that owns the Houston Rockets.
Okay. How many teams in the NBA?
30.
Okay, then that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous that he don't spend more money.
Right. You gotta spend some money. And I've been in State Farm Arena.
He ain't never spent money.
I know, but you got to.
Did you see my reply to Dukes and Bell solution?
Yeah.
They put up a tweet. 92.9 the game. Put up a tweet. Talk about what should the Hawks do? Trade Murray, trade, keep both. You know what I said? I said, how about the owner spend some money? I said, have y'all ever asked the owner why he not spending money? Under his ownership, 2 Eastern Conference final team, and he has not added anything significant to the team. You know, Carl Dukes responded to me and said, the owner said that We did ask. He said he'll spend money when he think it's time when we gonna win or some bullshit like that. Now that nigga working for goddamn he work for Bally Sports now. You know you see him calling Hawk games. So guess what? He ain't finna press the owner.
No, he ain't gonna press the owner.
You know why? Because he trying to build. I respect that, but don't be putting no bullshit out there if you ain't gonna keep it a buck. I responded to Carl Dukes and I said 2 Eastern Conference Final teams under his ownership. What has he done with the 60-win team? You didn't want to spend money, so you lost DeMarre Carroll. You tried to replace him with Kent Bazemore. We shit the bed.
Yeah.
This year, this run with Trey Young, you made the conference final team. What you do? You get John Collar $125 million. Team shit the bed.
Right.
Bruh. Landry Fields comes out a couple months ago. Probably because I don't know if he wanted to put it out there like he the man or something. With his chest all out. If I want to spend the money, I can spend the money. No, the fuck you can't.
No, no.
No, you can't. Then you start the season with a full fucking roster. That's why you never noticed when we had all the injuries, you never had nobody on the 10-day. Why? Because he filled up the roster. You had three two-way contract, 15 dudes on NBA contract, right?
Right.
So when injuries come, you have no leeway. It didn't look. Kobe Buffkin. Let me tell you who took some of these roster spots. Kobe Buffkin, Mohamed Gay, Wesley Matthews, Trent Forrest. That's why you couldn't do nothing. You can't build you got to at least have one roster spot open, NBA roster spot when you start the season. So when you get those injuries to key spots, oh, by the way, we start the season only had 3 forwards for the year. We had like every time I look up, saying we had as a goddamn guard on the court. Okay, bruh, listen. You better be glad I ain't the fucking boss.
But listen, but my thing is,
the day they trade Murray, Andrew Fields need to be fucking fired. Tony Wrestler, he don't even come and talk.
He can't
because
he ain't
TV guy to do the talking solution.
But what are you gonna talk about? Bad moves he been making. But no, let me make a point, okay? Because I want to go back to what he said about Trey Young's father, talking about he ain't never had an all-star next to him. That's a cop out because first of all, no all-star want to even come here to play with your son. First of all, let's talk about that. Then the all-star we got, the dumbass front office spent 3 first-round draft picks, and that shit ain't fucking working out. So my thing is,
Solution, can I ask you a question about that just real quick?
Go ahead.
What and I'm not knocking the Dejounte Murray trade because I think Dejounte Murray is a fine player, and at the time for guys at his level, that was the asking price. Now, is that the asking price today? Well, yesterday's prices are not today's prices. We already know how the market work with prices fluctuating, right? My thing is would you rather have traded for Dejounte Murray or use those 3 picks in an era where the draft was super duper deep?
I would have used the picks because we had a chance to get Lively and added size. I talked about how Dallas went and added size with PJ Washington and Gafford on a team. They were disgruntled. Like Charlotte wasn't going nowhere. Washington wasn't going nowhere. They had so many teams out there that weren't going anywhere, and they were willing to give up players. And it goes back to fuck that shit with Trey Young's son. It ain't about no fucking all-star. It's about getting good pieces around your son so we can have a complete team so he won't be out there playing fucking hero ball all the goddamn time. I'm pissed about the construction of this team, which comes back on Landry, and I'm tired of fucking wrestler giving people like Collins and Hunter and all these people money, and they ain't nowhere to be fucking showing up in the playoffs when we need them. You give Hunter all this fucking money, you gave Collins that fucking extension, he ain't here no more. So wrestler, that falls on you because you don't know how to fucking spend your money. And
he gave him $125 million and then salary dumped him.
Yes.
Right.
What the fuck? What are we doing? This shit makes no sense.
And then you 41-41 last year, and at the deadline you do nothing. So that falls back on Landry.
This shit makes no sense.
Y'all let fucking Barrett go and brought fucking Achua in. Y'all let
This
Barrett go.
Our front office and ownership is
Who was in
trash.
that same draft with Barrett, Freezy?
Did you see the picture they posted?
Who was in the draft with Barrett?
Yeah, it was a bunch of dudes: Zion, Cam, Garland, Hero. Yeah. That's the reason. The reason why I ask is because I think the Hawks are okay. To keep it a stack, I think y'all deserve better as a fan base. I just want to keep it real. I think the Hawks
think. Of course we do.
Yeah. And the unfortunate thing is the unfortunate thing is when you have a superstar like Trey Young, and Trey Young is a superstar, man. Yo, I know some people are disappointed in Trey Young, but if you look at him being injured and missing 3, I mean, you gotta cut my man some slack, right? With the position they're in.
Freezy.
Yes, sir.
Listen.
He had a poor first quarter, Freezy.
You solution. We around the same age. Let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
Let me know if I'm wrong now. When I say the word superstar as a kid, let's talk about 80s, 90s. We coming up 80s, 90s. Right. Superstar, okay, one, influenced the motherfucking game, bro.
Right.
Superstars, okay, to me, when I was coming up, play both sides of the fucking ball.
Right.
When I was coming up, I don't know what the fuck the superstar label is now. Me personally, this is just me. When people tell me somebody's superstar, I expect and I demand a whole bunch of shit compared to role player, good player.
Right.
A superstar to me show up every fucking night.
Right.
That's to me. So when people tell me superstar, to me, Trey Young is a star player. Superstar. And I'm just keeping it a buck, man, because I have different expectations than a lot of people.
This era is different, though,
superstar.
Okay, but we got a person on our panel now that says, I think it's Dixon. He says Trey Young is a generational talent in the wrong time, in the wrong era. Do you agree with him?
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. Listen, Trey Young, and when I'm keeping it a buck, right? Trey Young would be amazing if we had a legit number one option. He is a lot, bro. To me, superstars are not liabilities on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
When I think the superstars I grew up with, I don't know what the fuck these new niggas is now. The ones I grew up with are not liabilities.
That's very true.
Right.
That's just me. I don't expect nobody to hold the same standard, but I say that so that's why, so people understand why I get upset and I get mad, because I demand more from superstars.
Right.
That shit last night, that wasn't a superstar fucking showing.
Right.
I expected him to go out like goddamn Kobe last night. Bitch, I'm going down shooting. Fuck this. That old bullshit. That old behind, man. What the fuck was we doing, man? I'm so fucking angry, dog. And I'm really, my anger is really 90% of my anger is to the fucking front office, which include Tony Wrestler.
Right.
Every year it's the same shit. We got to get this dude around. We got to get this dude around Trey. When the fuck they gonna do the shit? His dad over there liking tweets. Your son and you, dad, you should have walked in this guy, like I told y'all earlier. You should have been walking to the office demanding an all NBA level player. That's what they should have did. Did he do it? Somebody went in there and asked for us to trade for Murray.
Yeah.
Who did that shit? Man, fuck out of here, man. Fuck.
If I made it, I just want to add something to it. The thing is, look at today's you gotta look at today's superstar in a different lens, right? Last year, Luka Doncic, who may be the best player in the NBA, missed the playoffs and was in the lottery. Right? Yesterday,
only because they front office sabotaged the shit.
They front office trash. Well, at times their front office is trash. At times, sometimes they do good.
Luka didn't want to lose.
Right.
He wanted to play.
Joel Embiid was in the play-in last night, bro. Joel Embiid, the reigning MVP, and he was in the play-in game last night.
Say that again, my bad, Freeze. I'm tripping.
No, I'm saying Joel Embiid, the reigning league MVP, was in the play-in game last night.
But that's because he got hurt and took that surgery in February. But where was they? Where were they standing in the conference before he got hurt?
That's because the rest of the roster is him and Tyrese Maxey. The rest of that roster is a bunch of dudes you can find at Home Depot.
Hey, that's what I said. But listen, Freeze, but that's what I said about us last night.
Okay,
we got the lead down to 3 points in a game we really should have won, and we tricked it off in the end.
What
but
let me tell you something. Shout out my guy Leon in the building, man. What's up, Leon?
Freeze, we're going to come back to that.
I meant to get in that space, man. I meant to get in that space you was having.
It's all good. It was just a nice therapy session for the Hawks fans that lost sleep last night or for no fucking reason.
Well, that's because you was already pro draft.
You ain't bumping like I'm bumping. I'm fresh as hell today. I'm waking up fresh. I took my girl to the airport. She's gonna be out of town for 5 days.
No, you just waiting for that King's pitch to convey now, ain't you?
You already know. Hey, it be our masterclass or King's pick. I mean, I win either way. Like, I win either way. So, go Hawks. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you felt bad, like, for all the Hawks fans in here listening, man, if you lost sleep last night, if you kicked your dog, there's no reason. There's no reason. This is the last year that they could afford to pull some shit like this. So I have been very nice to the front office. Damon will tell you I've been too nice to these niggas if you ask Damon. Right? You agree, Damon?
Hell yeah.
But let me tell you something right now. If they don't do some shit this summer.
Okay, because I will wait for you to say that.
If they run this bullshit,
we've been in fucking Billy Oakland for a long time, bro.
Damon gonna be sounding like a church nun compared to me. I can guarantee you.
I will wait for you to say that because, bro, we've been here for a long time.
Hey, I'm gonna give you a heads up. Go and get your speech ready.
Right.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, man. I'm gonna write it in MLA format for y'all. I'm gonna get on the podium. I'm gonna get on the podium for sure.
Let me ask you this, Freezy.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between who's y'all starting to guard? Is it Hart?
Dante DiVincenzo. Josh Hart plays the 3 for us, but
DiVincenzo, right?
DiVincenzo, remember I told you he came from Golden State.
Guess what? Okay. I'll take any and every one of them niggas over there.
I bet you will.
I'll take Hart. I'll take DiVincenzo, and obviously I'll take OG.
Right.
What is the difference you see between the Trey Young Murray backcourt and the Brunson Vincenzo backcourt? Because, and I say that because they both, Brunson and Trey short guards. Vincenzo,
they play for Tibbs.
He's 6'5", right?
Right. I think he's 6'4", 6'5", something like that.
Okay, so the same height as Murray. Now, what I see physically, both of them boys, hell, I think Brunson outweighed Trey and Murray together while you bullshitting.
He had that for real.
The difference in the backcourt. Just looking at it without no bias.
In our backcourt, I think we have more clear defined roles.
There you go.
Right. Like we know Brunson is in love with the Coco. Like he don't want to pass that ball, bro. He a scorer.
Yep.
Right. He loves shooting, bro. He loves and Dante understands that. So Dante is supremely complementary.
There you go.
Dante is not even focused on
being the guy.
Trying to make, his goal is to defend the other team's best backcourt scorer and knock down, relocate on threes. It's kind of like, and I don't want to say it in this sense, but I'm gonna say it in this sense. It's kind of like in Golden State where Steph Curry loves to shoot that ball, and Klay Thompson was a great defender and was a great relocation 3-point spot up 3-point shooter that didn't even need to dribble the basketball to get his shot off.
DiVincenzo's a great off-ball player.
Yeah.
That's what he is.
Yeah.
Murray needs to
He a
face
compliment.
up. Murray needs to face up, try to do something what he can't do, which is try to take the defender off the rim. If he don't have a clear-cut lane to the basket, he's got a 50-50 shot at me. He's very ineffective.
I gotta do that. Behind the back, look at the ball.
Go ahead, Freeze. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But Freeze, I was telling this to Demond earlier. It's a more defined role. Like Murray needs the ball in his hand to be effective. DiVincenzo don't need that. And that's what Schlenk was trying to tell them. Don't do the trade because he's not our Klay Thompson. You got to have somebody at that 2 guard that can play off ball. And Murray he can't do that. But go ahead, make your point though.
Right. Now, and the thing is, Trey Young is a fantastic on-ball creator. Like fantastic. Dudes like Trey Young don't come around is frequent enough for Trey Young to get the criticism that he gets at times. Now, is he perfect? Nah, he ain't perfect. But the skill set is there. I mean, he's a dimer, bro. Like he legit is kind of like the classic point guard in a wing scoring era. That's kind of why people don't appreciate him as much as they should. Like in my mind, Trey Young should be in the top 20 NBA player conversation, but he's not. And it don't have anything to do with Atlanta. And it don't have anything to do with Atlanta, being up and down, so to speak, like in the playoffs, maybe not in the playoffs, Western Conference Finals, maybe not. I think is Trey Young is his style of play maybe not as appreciated as it would have been if he played, in a different era. Now the thing is with Trey, when people ask me about Atlanta, the what I think about Atlanta all the time is I never know who their starting lineup is going to be because their starting lineup changes from year to year. Whether it's they trade away a guy or if it's injuries or whatever it is. Like legit, I didn't even know Okongwu was even hurt. I didn't even know he was out. Right. I didn't even and I watch Hawks basketball a lot. I'm in the South. I'm in South Carolina. I watch the Hawks and I watch Charlotte. They come on TV where I'm at. Regular TV. Right. So I watch the Hawks games. Right. My thing is if the Hawks could establish some sense of consistency and continuity over years while at the same time developing their young players, right? I think Atlanta should be and could be one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. Unfortunately, I think Atlanta maybe swung and missed on some home run picks like Hunter and Cam Reddish and AJ Griffin and Kobe Buffkin and some others, and those guys didn't necessarily backfill the roster where you wouldn't have to go out and star search at times. You know what I'm saying? Because when you star search, it puts you in that mode of now you're willing to pay high market prices for guys that may be at a certain price. And I don't want to speak as if I'm a Hawks fan, but I'm speaking is a basketball fan and a guy that gets to watch Atlanta Hawks basketball because I'm in South Carolina. Right. But the Hawks, in my opinion, are a offseason away from being better. And I told Demond this last year on the crossover we did. I predicted Atlanta. Remember when I predicted Atlanta to be the 3rd seed in the East on the show we did with Rel?
And every time they lose a game, I can hear you in the back of my mind.
Yeah, it's just continuity, bro. It's just like a continuity thing, man. You gotta do this thing, plug pieces in, let them develop over time, you know what I'm saying, and have continuity with whoever you feel like your best player. Like if it's the end of the road, if Boys the Men is singing, if it's the end of the road for Trey Young, then move Trey Young. You also got to move Murray in my opinion. Start all over, build around the young light-skinned kid, whatever his name is.
Jalen Johnson.
Build around him. And move on from Clint because everybody know he's stealing checks, bro. Everybody know, and no disrespect to Clint Capela, right? No disrespect to those dudes.
No, you're right. Yeah, we all know that.
Right, but start if you're not gonna spend money, then start all over in the lottery, or let those young guys that you drafted let them play, or trade those young pieces and bring in guys that's gonna be complementary. But the thing is, you gotta have a direction. You can't be like life can't be centered around. What if Dejounte Murray and Trey and Trey Young click? What if that clicks? You can't be in a what if situation if you want to win championships. You have to pick a direction and go and be determined.
But see, but this the problem, Freezy. This what you said, it all makes sense. This is the problem.
Tony Wrestler, you got to spend money.
That's one. And two is, shout out my guy Larry in the building. And two is this. We had an executive who came in here and reset the roster. And the owner gets impatient and starts meddling. That's
Right.
where you get your John contract, your JC contract set. That's why that's where you get your Dejounte Murray trades at.
Right.
Instead of letting Travis Schlenk finish what he started, he decided to jump in, interfere, and meddle with what we got going on. So it's hard to say build consistency when the ownership will not allow the smartest basketball mind that we had in Atlanta probably in the past decade in the front office to finish his vision. And that's why you have players now that don't fucking fit.
Was he the president of team operations or was he just the GM?
Both. He started off as the GM, then he became president and GM at the same time.
Yeah, see, that's I think that's where the mistake is, bro. I think you have to have a layer between the front office and the owner, like a president of team operations.
I think the reason he became the president, that's when they started their little coup, because Landry, who became the general manager when
Landry became the general manager when Travis ascended to team president.
And that's
6
when
months later,
they started their little
basically
motherfucking
resigned.
coup to take over the fucking front office. Landry and Nick Wrestler. That's where you get your DeJounte Murray move made at, right there. That's where the move was made. So and that lets you know right there that Travis really had no power because he's the one who told them don't do the shit, and they did it anyway. So that lets me know that even though he was the president, he didn't have no power. Like, how does the GM trump the president?
Right.
You know, if I'm the owner, I'm listening to my president. You the I put you in that position for a reason. You supposed to be my motherfucking you my eyes.
Right. Yep.
You my you my right-hand guy.
Yep.
But you listen to your son and Landry Fields, who, by the way, at the time, none of them had any NBA general manager experience.
Right.
And then, like we said about Landry Fields, he was in San Antonio.
Right.
He's supposed to have been some good ass fucking scout. He should have known how Murray made that all defensive team. He should have known if you trade for this guy, you immediately need to add certain pieces to give it a chance to work. He's too busy twerking his ass for uniforms. He too busy on Dancing with the Goddamn Stars. Right. That's why I want his ass out of here, dog. I want him gone. And I'm going to tell you right now, they're going to fumble this move right. Whether they trade Trey, whether they trade Murray, he going to fumble it. He couldn't even get off Clint Capela.
Yeah, I agree with you. Trey got to get
Come on, man.
I agree with you, man.
I got just real quick. I think the Trey Young thing, bro, the Trey Young thing is outside of Atlanta. I'm going to just say this. Outside of Atlanta, people value Trey Young. My fear with Atlanta is they're going to feel like there is no real value for Trey Young out there. And you'll see Trey go for like what Damian Lillard went for. And if he go for something like that, bro, it'd be a shame before the Lord, man, to see Trey Young go for anything less than a king's ransom.
The only reason he go less for that is if our dumb ass general manager do it.
But
it's the same thing for Murray. Murray has had a career year this year, so I expect a decent return. But I know how these niggas is. I know how they is. They're gonna trade him for some bullshit, then try to sell the fan base on more nonsense.
Right.
That I'm telling you, man. It's the same shit every year. Last year it was Siakam. And it's always something why we can't do the shit. It's always something. Oh, we couldn't do it because blah, 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 blah. This year, who they gonna chase? What my guy Leon, Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what they do. You're gonna see the reports come out. Guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna start the season with these same niggas.
Right.
Okay, Breezy, but I got a question for you since you're a very pro Trey because I feel there's an underlying.
I'm pro talent.
Okay, because right now I feel like Trey is losing respect in the league. We already got a debacle with the radio station here with 92.9. He had a lot of fan votes for All-Star, but the media didn't like him. So my thing is this: what do you think needs to happen? I mean, there's people in the chat talking about it going on. What's it? Colin Coward is going talking about the Hawks. Like every year we get to this point with this team where everything he gets the glory, but then again he gets a lot of the criticism also. So what do you think needs to happen? Because my point is this: y'all looking good because see, let me tell you something. With Trey,
let's win, baby.
Let me tell you something. It's too much hero ball when Trey gets on the court. Y'all playing without Mitchell Robinson and fucking Julius Randle right now, and Hartenstein has stepped in and did admirably good. Y'all got a Achua right there from a team that won a championship, and they let him go. Y'all are looking, y'all playing. Let me tell you something. Y'all are playing more team ball than watching Randle with the ball in his hand and fucking Brunson looking at him, looking to try to get a shot off from Randle. Y'all playing more team basketball. And that's all I want from this team.
Well, the thing is with us is we have a stable front office and coaching staff now. Right. You'll be amazed how good players play when you play for a stable franchise. When things even out, when guys know, when there's continuity, when there's open lines of communication, when people respect each other, you'll be amazed how an organization can run. And we hadn't always been that. The whole thing is new to me.
Yes.
Right. My suggestion to Hawks fans is, and I'm gonna say this out of experience. Right. When I first met Damon, he can attest, we were not in this spot where we are today. We grew to this spot where we are. Right. What I'm gonna say is don't go chasing waterfalls. Like, stop looking at somebody else's roster for a savior. Yep. Right. Because that's the biggest things Knicks fans did for decades. Yo, what if we get LeBron? What if we get Dwayne Wade? You know what I'm saying? What if Giannis get angry? What if he get disgruntled? I think we should probably, Hawks fans should probably stop doing that, right?
Hold on. It's like a child with a good parent.
Hold on.
What you just described is like a child with a good parent.
You represent the Knicks, right?
Yeah, I'm a Knicks fan, bro. And when you come in here and we salute you and you don't salute back, bro, I take that some kind of way, bro. I saluted you on the way in the door. You ain't get nothing, man.
Look,
I feel you on that.
That's what y'all do now.
He out there with them kids, Freezy. He don't know what the hell.
Yeah, he see it. He didn't even notice.
No, my bad. I ain't even see you. Oh yeah, salute everybody in there. My bad. I don't know, man. You guys got a great trade with Bronson and got him over there. Well, not trade, but you paid him in free agency. And then OJ Anunoby deal. I think you guys you got rid of the guy. I guess. I don't know. It looked like you guys built through free agency.
They have a coach that has a vision, and then if you don't play that way, he puts you on the bench. We don't have
fair.
that here.
Fair enough.
Standards.
I agree with that.
It's like with the monitor. There's a standard.
There's a
I'm
standard.
not with Quin.
Well, I feel you, but I mean, like even this roster could have been a little bit better if the front office and the coach would have been a little more congealed. I mean, it just felt like disaster. It just felt crazy this year.
I say burn it to the ground, bro. I'm on Thanos. I
wasn't like that. I wasn't like that yesterday. Today,
I'm on Thanos time.
Yeah, today's a little different. Today feels a little different.
Well, the thing was, Freezy, y'all lacked accountability, which is what we lacking now.
Exactly.
Without any accountability, you can't have leadership. and we don't have neither of those right now.
Yeah,
See what I'm
right.
saying? That's what y'all fixing.
Right. Anytime, and all of y'all feel. I feel like I'm in a place where I feel like all of y'all understand where I'm coming from when I say this. When you have to ask the question, "Who's the boss?" There is no boss.
exactly.
Facts. That's true.
Big facts.
That's true. That's
Yeah, I
true.
agree with that.
Very, very
Facts.
true. Leon, you over there shaking your head, man. What's up? You didn't like what Larry said?
Leon, no, I'm on Thanos time.
Me and
He already know.
me and Larry was in the space earlier.
Yeah.
You know, Matt was on his bullshit. You
What
know,
is up with Matt? He is.
no,
He's
Matt
crazy.
just
He sounds like
Matt,
Democrats right now.
Matt has an unnatural obsession with losers. That's Matt.
Yeah, it seems that way, man.
But I mean, hey, it's just I'm I'm not all for tearing it down because the last time you tear it down, you took you 30 years to find a star again. And
yeah, but I sniffed this out like after 30 games, 25 games this year. Like the front office disarray, the coach disarray, like the way the players were just. It just seemed like we had lost our focus. It seems like whatever vision we had, and whatever vibe and energy we had in that office, in that building, is gone. And now we have a collection of parts. Now we have a collection of parts as opposed to a sum of a bunch of parts.
Right. So when you get a new coach and bring in a new system,
I'm not talking about doing that.
And you still have half the team from those it's not one team. It's half a Nate's team and half a Quin's team.
Nobody cares about Quin. I'm talking about Landry and Wrestler.
Okay.
But what are you going to do?
Yeah, I agree with that.
I just don't understand I don't understand why we're all acting like we're in the front office and we know what's going on in the front office.
But you can look at the moves of the front office, though.
Yeah, I'm calling out.
But I'm saying. So
I'm not breaking any news, man. I'm not breaking any news.
I'm not breaking any news. Y'all wanted them to make moves, and that's fine. But would you prefer that they make moves just to say they made moves, or they made the right move?
Obviously not, man. But obviously not. But when we said don't re-sign JC and then you re-sign JC,
yeah. But like, what does that have to do with Landry Fields?
Oh, what does that have to do with Landry Fields?
Tell me what it has to do with Landry Fields. It wasn't his job.
Okay, so then when Landry Fields does force the guy who re-signed him to make this crazy trade, destroys the way the front office was structured, right? Homeboy had to step down. That's what Landry Fields did. Right now, that's his legacy.
That's true.
It wasn't JC. You're right. It's not JC. It's what the fuck he did to our inner structure of our team.
Okay. So, yeah, he traded Gallo for DJ and the picks. We all agree on that.
No, he destroyed the front. With that right there, with him being impetulant, he destroyed the vision of who drafted a shorter point guard for Luka, who traded Luka for he had a vision with this shit. Now he's gone. Yeah. Now what do you got? That's what Landry's shit is. It's not any fucking move. It's that he destroyed the way the front office was structured, man.
That's why I'm down with Thanos time, man.
Okay. I mean, that's your plan. I mean, you got a star. You add until you can't add anymore. I understand that everybody's feeling very painful right now. Is there a solution? But it's okay to just take a deep breath. You still have Trey Young and you still have Jalen Johnson. We know you have to pick between the guards. I don't think it's a fucking question who you pick, but hey, that's just me, right? If you believe that DJ has upped his value so much, why don't you feel like you can get back a piece or two that can actually fit around those guys? We know for a fact that DeAndre Hunter wants to play with DJ. So guess what? You can go wherever the fuck he goes.
Yeah, but what are you arguing for? Like, what are you arguing against us here? Like, I don't care about the move.
Is ass, but like,
I'm at a wait and see.
The front office is ass, okay?
But at
what
this
are you going to do about it? You can't fire them.
At this point, we're all in a wait and see. I'm not giving them. I'm not going out on message boards talking shit. I'm not saying this is going to be our year. There's none of that shit going on right now. We're at a wait and see, right?
But Lou,
what you're talking about is a specific move. I'm talking about a structure, an organization that has a vision.
Lou. Last night didn't change anything that I said yesterday. We talked about this yesterday. I told you what my plan is. I told you. I care about I know like organizational structure and I ain't gonna lie. That shit, I understand like Freezy said, like that shit matters. And all that shit filters down to the team. But I like fucking basketball. All right. I don't give a fuck what the big heads do. Put me a fucking team out there that can win. That's your fucking job. That's their fucking job.
So you're gonna ride with Trey Young then, because you just want entertainment. I want to win championships.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you fucking talking about? I'm not saying I want entertainment. I'm saying I want to win fucking basketball games. What, like?
Well then, I don't know. Like, I'm not against anybody. I'm trying to figure out who you are against.
I can't fire Landry.
Leon, let me just ask you this.
I can be like Demond and yell, "We need to fire
Leon." Let me just ask you this.
All I want.
What are you against?
Fire him.
Leon, what are you against? Lee, what are you against that everybody is voicing today? The frustrations and the this and the that and the players and the not the attitude.
Tearing it down.
What is your like? What it seems like you're always shaking your head on it.
I'm against tearing it down. That's what Larry said. I said I'm against tearing it down.
But you can sympathize with people that come in and are on Thanos times.
I literally said I literally started by saying I understand your pain. I understand your pain. I know how you feel, but I knew this shit was coming.
So if we fired Landry Fields,
shit was gonna happen.
I know, but I didn't think we were gonna lose like that.
Tricked off.
I didn't think we were going to lose like that. I mean, Trey was making bad passes. Trey was throwing it to the other team for layups. Like, it was ridiculous. Okay. And that's just
real quick. You're right. Real quick. Hey, y'all want to see something funny? Hey, look at this shit Ticket made, man. This
is it a DeAndre Hunter video? Is it a DeAndre Hunter video? I saw that shit.
Hey, look at this shit right here, dog. Oh my God. Let me share this. But this shit funny to I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Look at this right here, man. This shit funny to up. But where is it? There it go. Can y'all see it? Y'all see it?
Yeah. Play that bitch.
Listen to this shit, man.
Make sure you unmute the video. Take it from the top.
Take it from the top. Oh yeah.
Take it from the top.
Hey, listen to this.
What's the biggest thing?
Could y'all hear that?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure y'all can hear it. Let me turn the volume up. Listen to this. Watch this.
What's the biggest thing that you've worked on the most that we can expect going into next season?
I didn't work on anything.
You damn right.
The biggest thing.
Yeah, he's been playing bad the last week. He's been in a slump.
Oh, guys, that's our number 4
But it's
pick,
like
guys.
this, right? And this is how I feel about DJ. This is how I feel about DJ Trey specifically. It was the wrong move for this team. Mm-hmm. However, what you didn't do was trade. If you would have traded for whatever the 30-year-old version of DJ is, you know how fucked we'd be because you couldn't get anything back for him. Now, what DJ has done has proven that he can at least be a serviceable off-ball player. He can play off the ball. We know he can't play off the ball to a guard because he likes to have the ball in his hands like a guard, right? If you pair him with a front court player, I don't think this will work, but I'm saying NBA front offices will tell themselves, if I pair a front court player with DJ, I know that he proved that he can close games this season. He proved that he can hit wide open threes when he's given them because he wasn't doing that at San Antonio. He wasn't doing that. So he's improved his stock since he's been here as he enters his prime. Now, Landry Fields has entering his prime point guard that is not going to be on this team anymore. And there's a lot of teams that are dumb enough to think they're a point guard away from contention. Now, what are they willing to pay for that?
So he's probably our first or second best player by what you just said then.
No, he's our second best player. He's our third at talent-wise. He's our third best player.
And as a team, we're in a position to get better by trading our second best player.
Yes.
Right. In terms of value, though. And if I just interject, I think I think the Dejounte Murray move kind of gets like a bad rap a little bit. And I'm not talking about in terms of fit, right? But understanding Dejounte Murray is probably on the best value contract in the NBA.
No doubt.
What that man gets paid versus what that man contributes on a nightly basis, he is on a sweetheart of a deal. Right.
What I was saying with that deal, I was saying we could consider, if we had the right structure, we could ask him to come off the bench and be our sixth man at that price that he's at. That's
He's
where
not coming off the bro. He's not coming off the bench, man.
Trey Young, and then him coming off the bench.
Doing
What
that
you talking about? He is not a
already
bench
had to do
guy.
that.
You know what bench
I
guy
didn't make the trade for DJ. I didn't make the trade for DJ, so y'all talking about me wrong.
Look, here's what I'm telling you. No, that's true. You're right. All that's true. But if you listen to DJ on All the Smoke,
yeah, that's what I was about to
coming
bring
off
up.
the bench ever again.
That's what I was just about to say.
He's old and tired and can't do it no more. He ain't coming off nobody.
But the point that wasn't the point that I was making. The point that I was making is if you want to make a wholesale change, instead of adding draft picks to a deal or adding a young player to a deal, his contract is so attractive that you could probably start with a Mikal Bridges type, one-on-one Mikal Bridges or a Brandon Ingram type, whoever you guys want to get. You don't have to add a sweetener because his contract is so attractive.
Yeah.
Whoever that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you're shooting for if you're shooting for a player that's better than Dejounte Murray, that's probably on a super high contract, I think a team that may want a very good player in return in his 20s at a sweetheart deal, Dejounte Murray is that guy. It's one of the reasons why Knicks fans wanted to give up the kit and caboodle for him at the trade deadline, because he's locked up long term, basically on $25 million, something like that. And so so Knicks fans were willing to give y'all 3 first-round picks and didn't even care with those unprotected, protected, future, present, whatever it was, because that man's value. And when you talk about what he brings on the court, is he locked up long term? What's his average annual salary? All those things. The dude is a value to the Hawks. I wouldn't just fumble the bag just because I got frustrated because we lost.
Exactly.
I will want Mikal Bridges. I mean, that'll be a better fit than Zach LaVine around Trey Young. If we couldn't get BI, you know what I'm saying? I would like that better.
You got to
but I just use him as an example just for the conversation, not specifically him.
Freezy, let me talk to you about this. Like, Uncle Freezy, let me ask you this, because like what I feel this team is lacking is not in the columns of points or rebounds, or it's in the direction, it's in the effort, it's in the heart, it's in the maturity, it's in the desire to win championships. That's where we're failing as a team, is what I feel. I think up and down the roster, when we're fully loaded with JJ and Hunter and everybody's healthy, we have a good enough roster on paper. But if you look at the stats, if you look at everything, to compete.
You think
we are
competing for an NBA championship?
What's that?
You think Clint Capela today is competing for an NBA championship?
No, 2021.
And it's not 2021 anymore.
No. I'm saying that Capela is 21. We are that type of piece away from.
So I want to go back on that, because Lou, you said when this team is fully healthy, we can compete. But what's been the main issue with this team when it's fully healthy?
I just talked about the direction of
the defense. When this team is fully healthy, the defense is still terrible, bro.
That's fine, but what I'm talking about is maturity and effort and desire. Where does defense come from?
The NBA, they are mature, with the exception of JJ. Capela is mature, Hunter's mature, Bogey's mature, Trey's mature, DJ's mature. They all can't play no fucking defense.
Nah, bro.
131 points, man.
Defense.
Something. I'm sick and tired of hearing about this fucking Dejounte Murray shit. That 2-guard shit is out the fucking window. We need to go get a legit fucking big. Get DJ out of here and get somebody who can play in the center position with Trey. I'm tired of watching this style of basketball.
Agreed.
We never had a fucking center in Atlanta.
Agreed. The only time we did good was in 21 when Clint was playing out of his mind.
I don't want no Mikal Bridges. I don't want nobody at this 2-guard position. It is over with. We can't fix that shit.
Agreed. We did all right with Herter, who was a rookie.
Put pressure on the fucking defense in the paint. We get killed in the paint, and we can't match nobody's intensity.
Agreed. Now you're preaching to the choir right here.
When Andre Drummond punk your whole team, that's a problem.
Dude, when we didn't draft Mitchell Robinson in the second round and we got Omari Spellman, I was pissed off about what the fuck we were doing.
That's how I know this pick was Trey's pick, because who the fuck did Landry go get? After they fucking spent all that revenue on fucking Murray, they went and got Kobe Buffkin.
Why?
That's how I know it was fucking Trey's pick.
Who should they have drafted?
Oh,
I fucking big.
Anybody that's over 6'11"?
What big? What big?
Anybody.
That's how you know they wasn't confident in the
You want to yell and be mad, but you
DeAndre,
they should have drafted.
Leon, then trade that pick for a 6'11" guy. Like, what are we?
Who? What's his name?
Clark Davis from
Dude,
Indiana.
Really? You want me to pull up the 450 men that are on the fucking NBA so I can go down the list? I can go down the list and give you.
Bro, you're saying, I'm saying, who should they have drafted instead of Kobe Buffkin?
Hey,
That's above
you mind if
6'11"?
I'm gonna get out of here so y'all Atlanta fans can rock. But I do want to say this though.
Trade the pick and go back. Go back.
I think the fact that I think y'all are remembering some stuff and not remembering other stuff, right? The thing is, you can't really draft a big with those picks, because if you did, that means the pick that you made, the Onyeka Okongwu pick, that dude would not. If you drafted a dude to replace him the year after you drafted him, then you block him. You block his development. Now, if you're saying trade Onyeka Okongwu,
what about Clint Capela?
Who was supposed to get rid of Capela, Freezy?
Freezy, it's been 3 years, Freezy.
I understand, but no, you're talking about back then. You're not talking about today.
How about you made about back then? We were
Kobe
2 picks
Buffkin got
away
drafted
from
last year.
We were 2 picks away from getting Derek Lively. Everybody in Atlanta wanted Derek.
Bitch, y'all
Lively.
wanted to make the playoffs so bad.
We all wanted to trade Capela and our pick for
right.
But
But I'm not talking about this draft. Y'all were talking about back. Y'all were talking about
last year.
About that space. If y'all talking about that space, I don't think you can draft a guy to block Onyeka Okongwu, right? It's either you draft him and stay patient with him and develop him, or move him.
Can I tell you where we were? Can I tell you where we were? We were okay with Clint coming off his year and Okongwu. It was JC. Our problem was we didn't have a low post player with any skill or who could pop out and shoot the three with any consistency. We had JC, right? That's where everybody's ire was.
No. I ain't gonna sit there and let you do that. Your center didn't have no fucking post game. He has no offensive game.
We were okay with that.
Gone. JC, let me tell you what they doing. Okongwu is like JC this year. They moved his ass to the corner. That when he was playing. And when he played with Clint Capela, when we go with our big lineup like we did when he started that shit in San Antonio, when we played the Spurs, when he played Okongwu, he played Capela. They put that motherfucker in the corner like they did John Collins. Okay, Okongwu, in my opinion, the Hawks. What you see right now, guys, you see a team that was drafted by multiple people in charge. Okongwu has no business being our starting center right now. Okongwu was drafted under a different regime, under what my guy named Travis Schlenk, what he was trying to build a team a certain way.
Right.
That's why when Tony Wrestler fires him, let the little coup take over. That's why all the talent don't fucking match. Let's be real here. If Okongwu was a legit starting center in the NBA, Clint Capela would already been gone.
He would have been gone.
Took his spot exactly.
But if you know that already, why didn't y'all move Onyeka Okongwu if y'all knew that already?
Or how about this? They had a deal from the Mavs.
Yep.
They could have got off Clint.
Yep. Clint and our pick.
General manager.
Clint and our pick.
He didn't
and we don't have Dallas front office.
He tried to go get
from what I was told.
Hey, that shit true. Listen.
From what I was told.
They had a deal on the table.
From what I was told. This coaching staff doesn't think that Onyeka Okongwu is the correct center for this team.
That's fine. I don't give a fuck. Didn't
But that's what the mind was saying. But
if that's the case, then you go out and you listen. Dallas drafted Lively. That motherfucker don't even start.
But y'all wanted to make the fucking playoffs last year, but we couldn't get them.
My point is,
how about going get Gafford?
If who you draft is not the answer, then you go out and you address it.
Why you let the Mavs go get Gafford then? Why you let the Mavs
Gafford and PJ Washington? What did we do? We didn't do anything.
The Mavs wanted Clint Capela.
Yep.
Landry Fields, instead of saying, you know what, let me get Clint Capela money off our books and get him out of here. Yep. He tried to get more from the Mavs. Then he didn't want to take back salary. He could have took back either Bertans, which I don't understand why the fuck he didn't do the shit. That's so fucking stupid.
Yep.
Because his contract his contract won't even fully guaranteed. Then he didn't want to take back Hardaway Jr. money. Okay. And now we stuck right here. That's why you have Clint Capela still on this team, right? And Okongwu. Okongwu is not a center in today's NBA. Let me say it like this. Okongwu is not a starting center on a championship level team. If you want to go out here and you just want to swag surf and win a couple games here and there, sure. But he is not the answer. But once again, that shows you when you got different motherfuckers in charge. Who drafted Okongwu? Who drafted him?
Halliburton. I mean, we all were like, oh, we're gonna get Halliburton. This is gonna be great.
Do we know who did? We don't even know who drafted who. And it go back to what the point Freezer said. When you don't know who in charge, nobody in charge.
Yep.
Thanks.
You got different views on how to build a team. That's why the shit don't match. Right. You got a basketball dude who said, Murray, don't get married. But then you listen to the guy with no basketball experience and go get Murray.
Right.
I mean, it makes no sense to me. This is what they need to do. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
And why wouldn't they just Damon, just real quick too? You know how we got to the number 2 seed because our front office made mistakes, right? But instead of compounding those mistakes, they corrected them, right? They were like, okay, we drafted quickly RJ, Obi, Grimes, and all these young kids, and they're not on the same timeline that we're on right now. So instead of bringing them along, right, let's ship them out and get quality vets that accentuate what we already have in place, and then we'll backfill the roster with all the future draft picks. Because now that we know who we are, right? Now that we know who we are, we can draft guys that fit who we are going forward. It's like that old song from the 90s. Now that you found love, what you gonna do with it?
You know what, Freezy?
That's
a lot of
people
in the fan base, okay, and I give credit to my guy Leon because he been saying the same thing. They scared to package up some of these dudes, bro.
I don't know why.
They get one thing I will give y'all respect
is
for,
not the same as the Knicks timeline.
I'll give y'all
Knicks
respect.
are built around a 29 and 27-year-old. We're built around a 26-year-old. He's not even 26 yet.
No,
so we're not on the same timeline.
I'm gonna tell you this.
Hold on, when we were the 4th seed and they were the 5th seed, we went on the same timeline.
Give y'all respect.
Hey, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for having me, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all.
I know.
You caught us on a bad day.
The package. I know fans was probably upset that they packaged RJ Barrett and shit, but it comes back to the Hawks.
They fucking hate RJ Barrett. They hate
package Double O Hunter. Package these dudes up. Now, what do we know? I know with the contract that Hunter on, your return probably gonna be awful. That's why they should have packaged his ass up, but I don't even know why they gave him that contract. Package his ass up. But now, one thing about the Hawks, what do? We keep these dudes for too fucking long. You keep them for too long. I mean, when you look at the team, we really don't have the value. Murray, Trey. I mean, who else you gonna move? We ain't moving.
Value is in the eye of the beholder.
We may end up with the JC situation.
Listen. If I'm a team that needs a point guard real bad, DJ looks like a flying pig to me. If I'm the fucking who am I thinking of? Who got a great point? If I'm the Mavs, what the fuck they gonna do with a Dejounte Murray? Am I wrong, Damon? You talking about what value? It's all about what not even because I think Foot just be saying the value is your value is how much you get paid, right?
Right.
That's one way to look at it, right? But in the trade market, your value is based off whoever you trying to trade them to. Like DeAndre Hunter is gonna be worth a lot to certain teams. To some teams, they don't want no fucking DeAndre Hunter. Like we don't.
See, I guess my question to
he
you,
doesn't make
Leon,
the money for the role that he is capable of.
My question
DeAndre
to
Hunter
you,
is not capable of playing the role that has to have where he has to have the ball in his hands for more than 3 dribbles ever, because he gonna nut the fuck up, as we know, right?
Leon, can I ask you a question? What confidence do you have that we have enough basketball minds in the front office to execute anything that you're considering?
Hey, man, I know Kyle Korver can teach anybody how to shoot. I know Kyle Korver can teach anybody how to shoot. That's all I know, man.
I feel you on that, but honestly, like, because my problem today, is not the individual moves. It's not the individual moves that we've made or the individual moves that we can make. My problem today is the front office. You hear what I'm saying? Like
you're not wrong, but like
my problem
you're not
is
wrong. But
okay,
like,
so what gives you confidence that we're going to do any of those things?
I don't have confidence that we're going to do any of those things.
Okay.
But what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Stop.
Exactly. Be mad. Like, I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, be mad.
I'm trying to get to the same.
I can't get these guys fired. I'd love it if Bob Myers was my GM. I love it if Steve Ballmer was my owner. But they're not. I can't do shit about
Bob Myers is out there to get hired.
I'm broke as shit. I can't buy the Hawks. I'm so sorry.
You had the closest thing to Bob Myers. We had him.
I like Travis Schlenk.
I mean, Travis Schlenk draft. Hey, listen, y'all like Travis Schlenk, but he drafted Omari Spellman over Mitchell Robinson. He drafted Onyeka.
He made a lot of mistakes.
He moved up to get fucking DeAndre Hunter and drafted Cam Reddish. This the guy y'all love so much.
I don't love him. We don't love him in Atlanta. This is how sad it is that he was one of our best GMs. This is how sad it is that he was one of our best GMs. We don't love him.
Yeah, he was one of our best.
Travis Schlenk got us to that conference final. His team got us to that conference final.
That's the gospel truth.
I got a question for everybody on the panel. Demar, you said Trey's a star, and I'm with you. Some people think he's a superstar, whatever. I got a question. Isn't when a superstar or a star, whatever you call it, if they're the best player on the team, don't they supposed to make everybody better around them?
Mm-hmm.
Who's ever been better when they left the fucking Hawks? Who's been better?
JC the same.
Okay,
he worse. What are you talking about?
No, he's not. He's putting up the same numbers he put up here.
Field. He ain't never did
what's
that.
His numbers? What JC numbers?
16 and 8.
What he averaged last year? What he averaged last year?
That's his worst year, and that's worse than his worst year in Atlanta.
What he averaged last year here in Atlanta?
I thought he averaged 15 and 7 here last year.
I'm just saying.
But fact check, Larry.
I'm just saying.
When you said 16-8, I was like, damn, he did that?
Yeah, he did that.
I'll take that.
He averaged 15 and 8.5, and he averaged 13 his last year here.
This is what I thought.
So he got better.
This is what I thought. Is that it ended up showing that JC was the heart.
No, Damon. That's bullshit, and you know it's bullshit.
Hold on, Leon. It showed that JC may have been the heart and soul of this team. That's what it showed. And we traded him for nothing.
Oh, don't mean wins, bro. Y'all want
pull up them numbers,
Leon. It meant more to us than it did trading him.
Y'all
give the numbers, Leon.
A fucking tweener that can't pass.
Can't post up numbers,
nigga can't post up Kobe White. Niggas can't post up Bruce Brown.
No, you know what was saying?
DeAndre Hunter can't do it either.
Yeah, right. Both of them niggas ass. Last night. Hey, wait. John Collins, another nigga drafted by Travis Schlenk.
Hey, real quick. Did y'all see Drummond hurt Caruso?
He don't like nobody on that team. He went all them niggas.
He averaged 13 with the Hawks. He went up 16 last year. What did he shoot from 3 last year?
Hey, all I know is before his
what did he shoot from 3 last year? Pull up them numbers.
Fuck out of here, Demar. You on
bullshit. Leon, you trying to pull one over on us.
You
trying to pull one over on us.
Pull up them numbers. What did he shoot from 3 last year?
29%.
What did he shoot this year?
36%.
He got better.
That's better.
What did he shoot from the field last year? Come
Oh,
on,
no, he
man.
definitely shooting better from the field. Damn,
He
was ass
got
last year.
better.
I mean, he out there playing center, bro.
I don't know, Leon. I guess
That's
my
what
thing
we
is
should have did here.
Leon, this is my thing. I think I just get any kind of sense of defending anything that the Atlanta Hawks are doing right now. I jump on it. So
I'm not defending shit. Everything that I'm saying is now we need to do this. Like, I don't get it.
I feel you.
They definitely done fucked up. Like, no doubt.
I told y'all
None
Thanos,
of that
man.
shit.
Why y'all going against Thanos, man?
I'm on Larry time right now.
Hey, man.
Hey, Larry said, hey, it's over.
Hey, honestly,
not,
I didn't even.
Bro, like, it's not like you just.
Hey,
all you really
gotta
gotta
get
do is push DJ out for a wing, bro. You
What
don't
they call
need
him,
no
a gift?
guards
Okay.
next to Trey. You need wings.
Yo, it wasn't even like this before the show. It wasn't even like this before the show. As soon as,
Hey, you know it's bad. Hey, you know it's bad. Hey, you know it's bad with Juan at work. Juan at work.
Hey,
Juan at work. He
so
said,
we are,
I gotta
Susan.
say something. Juan said, hold up. The Army gotta wait for a second.
Hey, bro, I didn't get to hit the nightcap last night, but Kool-Aid was saying some bullshit last night about Trey Young, man. And y'all know it. We let Trey be Trey. Let him shoot the ball. He ain't
What you talking
fitting
about? You talking
in.
about Incog?
No, I'm talking
No,
about
he's talking about
Kool-Aid.
ATL Kool-Aid. He's talking
because
about
he the
Kool-Aid.
biggest fucking simp when it comes
Yeah, because
to
you
Trey
remember
Young.
pregame, Incog was doing that same shit
Yeah,
yesterday.
Incox said we don't need no defense.
We don't need no defense.
I can't wait for him to get back from Thailand.
I'm in Thailand.
Damon, when Stephen A said it ain't no coincidence the Hawks came back when Trey was on the bench, I was like, well, the cat's out the bag. There goes trade value. And then cats on here talking about
Great.
look,
Now we can trade DJ because DJ's so good.
Listen,
so
I don't want to get it
DeAndre.
confused. If Trey plays with a high level of big, Trey's gonna dominate again and get far. He's gonna be hard to stop.
Well,
in the
maybe he
playoffs.
should have. Well, Leon, Lou, maybe he could.
Y'all
hold
niggas
on.
want to trade
Hold on.
Trey to San
Hold on.
Antonio.
DeAndre.
I'm happy you want that because you will have to watch Trey Young win 10 fucking championships with the best player of all time.
DeAndre.
Congratulations.
If we trade to San Antonio,
you'll get what you want. You'll get DJ and Jalen Johnson. You'll get a fucking point guard who can't throw a fucking lob. Like,
DJ's passing is not the best.
Look,
like when
man.
Trey was out, I missed
Enjoy
his
yourself.
passing.
Hey, have fun.
Look, man, they said cats on here right now saying, well, you got to trade DeAndre not DeAndre, but DJ why his value high. So what the fuck is Trey's value right now? What's his value?
Trey to do with the highest value, man. That's how you missed out on JC. That's why
DJ worth more than
That's why
Trey?
you got a 5. You know, you want to know something funny? The pick you got for JC, it got to be between 31 and 42.
The pick for JC?
Yes, it got to be between pick 31 and 42 to convey in 2026, I think. That's the pick you got. So if you don't want to get that back from DJ, you better trade that nigga now.
We gave away JC, which is what I think this office is going to end up doing. We're gonna put ourselves in JC positions again with Trey and DJ and Onyeka and everybody else.
But I'm saying DJ
got no vision.
But I'm saying, if they don't trade DJ this year or whoever after his career year, his value is going to go down. That's the mistake that they made not trading JC after he was 20 and 10. After realizing you need front court versatility to win, not a front court player who can't read a book, let alone an NBA court. So,
I agreed. I think that's where our downfall started.
JC, if you watching this, bro, I love you. Everything that they did marginalized you. I'm so sorry they did it to you. They brought Clint garbage ass here and clogged up your lane. You was good in the Gallo minutes, but then they traded his ass for another nigga who can't throw a fucking lob. You were fucked. They did everything they did. JC's value diminished by every single trade the Hawks made after they paid him. You trade your best shooter, his value goes down because there's less space. And you go get Clint, his value goes down because that nigga can't do shit 3 feet out the fucking paint. You trade Gallo, now I don't have a front court partner that's at least big enough to let me fucking and can shoot to let me be the fucking elite rim runner that I am. But no, you thought he was going to turn into fucking Kevin Durant. What, you remember that post?
Yeah.
Former MVP, future MVP, John Collins and Kevin Durant.
Yeah. Okay. So
Well, maybe if we didn't get Clint Capela, we knew how to develop players. John Collins would be doing.
Well, I mean,
that's what he just said.
If you didn't hire a coach who said we're done developing, maybe.
I think that came from Tony Wrestler.
I believe so too.
I'm just saying.
He's a dumbass.
I'm just saying. John Collins went to the Utah Jazz and he still ain't do anything. He had a fresh start.
He did. Hey, we just had that conversation.
He did better than his last year.
He did better than his last season in Atlanta.
Let's be clear.
He did way better. You could have
his last year in Atlanta.
You could have been running, and that's what I be trying to tell these niggas.
With a lot better talent at his
This is what I try to tell these dudes on Twitter. You could have went out there and ran JC, Jalen Johnson, Trey Young, Dejounte Murray, and pick a fucking small forward. Who would have to be put in there? And that still would have been better with the fuck we had.
Everything was great till you said Dejounte.
Everything would have been better. It was a bad move. Like it was a bad move compounding on top of a bad move compounding on top of
and then they do another year.
They would have done it, guys. They would have done it. But they gave that bum ass nigga all that fucking money.
The owner
they
did
played
that.
themselves when they signed him to.
So we got rid of Herter because the owner did. So we got rid of Herter because the owner didn't want to pay the money. We got rid of JC because the owner didn't want to pay the money. We're fucked.
After paying them the money.
You know what's so bad? How you gonna give a dude $125 million and salary dump him?
Yeah. Check this out, man. That's why Thanos is right.
Seen. How you give?
You can't be undersized, Demond. You can't be undersized in the front court, undersized in the back court, and then you got wings that can't play defense.
Or shoot an open three. Don't forget about the open three problems at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
we were great. And all we did was miss. We were hitting like 10%, which is like ridiculous, literally on open threes within like 5 feet or something like that. Like that is ridiculous. That normally the rates are like 80%, 90%, 10.
Yeah.
This
Burn it all, guys.
Hey, well, guys, I'm about to end the stream, man. I got to get my black ass back to work, man.
Demond, me too. I'm over here typing in PT.
I'm over here like I ain't got no job and shit. Let me get my ass back to work.
Hey, Demond, straight up for real though. I sent you a message on Facebook Messenger for like your email, bro. I got like a real VA question for you.
All right, bet that. I'll take a look at it. I'm about to fire my computer up now. Hold on, before we leave, let me hear this guy real quick. Cool. Hey, you got 3 minutes, Kool-Aid. I gotta go back to work.
Hey man, let's just get ready for next year, man. Let's get ready to rebuild, man, and everything. Let's see where we're gonna go. We don't know which way gonna go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the first time, like I say, the problem with the Hawks is the ownership and Landry. That's the first problem right there. Let's start the rebuild. We don't know what you know what? The management is so messed up, we don't even know what's gonna happen. We don't know if Trey gonna be here or DJ gonna be here. That stuff is so messed up. We don't know where we going, man. We just on a wait and see position. Mm-hmm. That's where we at right now. They got the management ownership got all of us on a wait and see position. And that's sad.
Wait and see what Trey get traded to. You right.
Yeah. See what Trey gonna be traded, whether he gonna be gone. We don't know whether they gonna trade DJ. We don't know what they gonna do, man. They got us so much on the wait and see position. It's a crying shame, man. Now, and I'm really sick of I'm just sick of it all right now. Really, I'm just ready for a whole new team, whole new look, whatever. You know, but I just want Landry gone. If Landry be gone, man, I might throw me a party.
That's where I'm at. Like, if we change directions there, I would feel better. But we're talking about throwing away our players and getting rid of everybody and all. Who's gonna do this? Like, who do y'all trust? The guys that have been doing it for the last 3 years, where we're sitting here yelling at each other about this. Like, we have no direction yet. So I'm at a wait and see till we fire our GM. That's where I'm at.
We get rid of Landry, and then let's see what decision the next manager gonna make. Then we'll go for that, man.
Is it Thanos right or Magneto right? Get it mixed up. I think Magneto was right.
Look at Leon up there drinking and shit. Look at Leon.
That big ass.
I'm about to go drink too.
I'm about to get my last re-up for the garage, man. These motherfuckers stress me out the whole year.
Hey, appreciate you letting us be on here, Demond.
Hey, there's not one game. There's probably
y'all, man. Y'all had me dying this whole year, dog. Y'all funny about
that. Hey, there was about 2 games this year where you felt like that was some good basketball played by our team. full from start to be.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. That's why I always say you can't listen to nothing Damon say the night after a game. You gotta wait till the next day. You gotta wait till the next
no doubt.
day.
I'm like that too, though. That's why I
We
stopped
going
coming
to
on.
no. You know how many times like earlier this week we going to the final.
No doubt, dude.
Let's go.
I'm
Man, I ain't
hilarious.
gonna lie, man. Hey, I'll be drinking that Kool-Aid. You know what's so funny, man? I said all that shit off a goddamn preseason game, bro. I saw that preseason game against the Pelicans. I was like, oh, we unstoppable.
But we look good though, man.
That regular season hit. No, we didn't, bro. We were
All
fine.
right, y'all, take it easy. Deuces.
All right, salute to Larry, man.
Take care, Larry.
Yo, I like
Get
Uncle
the Braves,
Freezy.
man. Go Braves again.
Hey, Damon, if you talk to Uncle Freezy, apologize for him for me because like I didn't mean to bombard him like that. But
Freezy every day, man. Freezy, my guy, man.
hey, he seems like a cool ass dude, but I definitely
Yeah,
was
also, Real, man. Real and King, we talk Mavs, man. They my guys,
The
man.
best Knicks fan out here, like for real.
yeah, no, I could definitely feel that. I felt that for sure. I didn't mean to fucking
Freezy?
Yeah, Freezy cool.
Yeah,
I can
Freezy
rock
my
with
guy, man. Freezy my guy.
Hey, cool.
And,
Hey, on a real quick note, Damon, I follow AJC on Twitter, man. They're already calling for the Dejounte Trey experiment to be over. They tweet that.
Oh
I was calling for that shit last summer. They said he's on some give Quin time bullshit. Let's go. Get that nigga
Y'all know they've been talking about that.
Wait, who said that? Who said that solution?
AJC, Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Oh, I didn't know they follow Hawks basketball.
Hey, like I
Did that
said,
Boston
AJC and 92.9 The Zone been talking that for the last year or so.
Yeah, 92.9 bit. You know they don't like Trey. Like
They
that.
all
And
talk that.
Well, you saw. I tweeted Dukes and Bell, and I told him. I said, when you gonna put a poll about this owner?
About this owner? No, they can't because then they lose their job.
But that's what I'm saying. See, I'm trying to force them to say some shit like,
yeah,
it's cool if you put your poll up about Trey and Murray, but.
And the owner's making tons of money refurbishing that whole area there. That's where he's making his money.
Every time they tweet something about the Hawks, I'm a reply with Tony Ressler. What Dukes actually responded to me. He responded to me. He said, I said under that poll, I responded with when the owner gonna spend some money. Why y'all don't ask the owner about spending money? 2 Eastern Conference final appearances and he ain't done shit. And Dukes replied to me and said they did ask him. He said when it's time to win, he gonna spend the money or some bullshit.
My God.
I retweeted that shit and put something else, man. I'm gonna be on their ass when they come to this ownership.
Yeah,
because they never addressed the ownership. And
I
I'm
got on 92.9 and I told him, I said, y'all are the reason radio is dying.
And I'm gonna tell you something else too. If I worked at 92.9 game, well, one thing, Dukes is not a Hawks fan, so we can go kill that right now. I would be up there saying, first of all, why are y'all sending Steve Koonin up here to talk to us? He's not bad.
Who is this guy? Who is this man?
He's the marketing guy. He's the marketing guy.
Where is the guys who talk basketball? That's
He's
who I
the
want
marketing
to talk
and
to. At least Travis Schlenk, even though he just gave us some bullshit answer, at least he was up there. Landry Field, when he been up there?
He gets up there. He talks like a politician, man.
Thursdays, coaches, Monday, or some bullshit like that.
Bring our guys in and Hawks today and
Zen, and he's talking about like all these weird like buzzwords. Like,
man, all Landry Fields do is a word fucking salad, bro, and never answer a question.
You know the Braves don't like 92.9 The Zone. That's why they got up under there and made WSB they station.
Man, fuck the Hawks right now.
The Braves.
Damn, Lou, that's how you feeling, Lou?
92.9 the game. 92.9 the game. 92.9 the game.
Let me get my Hawks hat, Lou, so we can be
92.9 the game. They be on
I'm wearing,
shit, man.
hey,
They be
I'm wearing all my Hawk shit, though.
I want to know how many
Hawk
people on 92.9 the game is a fan of the Hawks.
None.
Hey, we need to have a show about that, Demar.
It's not one show.
We need to have a show about that, Demar.
I mean, I'm gonna be real. That's the reason.
Yeah.
Like that is the reason why I started this. Was the reason why I started this channel, bro.
Driving me to drink.
I got tired of listening to 92.9 the game, listening to Rick Kamala, listening to them who now Hawks fans talk about the Hawks, and then they rarely even talk about the Hawks.
Oh, hey, Jamila. If you watching this, girl, you fine as hell.
Jamila Hill's nice.
Hey, keep covering them Hawks, baby.
We got to get
keep
her
doing your thing,
man.
baby girl. Good
Yeah.
Lord, that girl fine. Yeah,
she is. Yeah.
I like Jamila Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, ain't no front. Jamila J.
And she's a
Jamila J. You know Jamila J. At one point when I started this channel, she was the only place I could go for like the Hawks post game press conference. Nigga, the Atlanta Hawks YouTube channel wouldn't even post game press conferences, bro. I used to go to her channel. I didn't know it was her at first because her channel is called like Atlanta Hawk Fans or something like that. And I was like, why the Hawks not posting the goddamn post game?
Nobody want to listen to fucking.
But she will always upload the post game show. The only reason I ain't never asked her to come on this show is because I know she's like a real reporter. So like I know this show, this over here, we unfiltered over here. Now I don't think none of us finna get no press credentials. So
nah, just Mikey.
Yeah, I'll be trying to tell Mikey, hey, be careful what you say up here, Mikey, because
you're a company man, you're a company man.
When you're a company man, hey man, I don't want you to jeopardize your career and shit on We Talk Hawks.
When we talk,
I say something, Mikey be running.
Like X. You know,
I say something crazy. Mike could be getting up out of there. He be shaking his head, getting up out of there. Mike be like, "Oh, ATL, I gotta go."
Mikey will leave
you later, man. I'll check out Salute, man.
All right, yeah, we're definitely gonna get Jamila J up here though. Jamila J, because like I said, bro, she was the only one who posted the Hawk stuff, and I used to be like, "Damn, don't nobody." Who the fuck can I talk Hawks basketball with? And I don't live in Georgia.
Can I run to?
But yeah, I'm in the stream, man. We're gonna do another show, man. What's today?
That's 18th, Thursday.
We probably gonna start ramping up for the draft. I know Shaw excited about that shit. I know Lou used to be deep into the draft. I'm still in the draft shit, Lou?
Yeah. The thing is, like,
I haven't been watching the balls this year, so I'm about to get in a little bit.
I have YouTube Premium. And I take about a week or two, and I just watch footwork. That's how I called Adrian Sengun. Like a lot of these big men that don't have a lot of pub, throughout the years. When you start watching their tape back and back, you can see if they got good footwork, if they understand positioning. Like you can see if they're good big men or not.
Yeah.
And that's what you be our scout, man, for Atlanta Hawks.
Good point, Ashley. We might do a show after that too when they do them.
Yes, I'm down with doing the draft show.
When they do
I guess me, Lou, and Matt. Well, really just me and Lou. Matt don't know shit.
Matt could be our muse.
Yeah, for sure. He can talk about Zach LaVine. This guy reminds me of Zach LaVine.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all,
guys.
man. Hey, salute everybody who tapped in,
Yeah,
man.
cheers, y'all.
Later. Probably gonna do a show once they knock out those posts. When they knock out them exit interviews, see what they talking about, man.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna catch you with y'all, man. Y'all stay up, man. Hawks up, baby. Peace.
Yeah.
Hawks up, baby.
Safe and sound. Why does it have to be that way? Every single day.